Okay. Mark, get ready. Anytime.
I think you muted him, Pete.
I didn't mute Mark. Oh no, did we lose Mark's?
There's no Mark.
No, Mark.
It's going so well.
We're so good at this. So, hey, everybody. While Mark's having technical difficulties, this is If These Balls Could Talk. Welcome back. We're so excited to have you. Mark's not back yet, but we are here for our big, giant football episode. With
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
All right. Hey,
I was
vamping.
I was
Wow,
vamping,
we got
Mark.
fireworks from Jeff now.
Welcome to season 7 premiere of If These Balls Could Talk, where tonight we're going to do our version of the preview of the 2024 NFL season, which might be going on as we speak and might be going on in the background or in the foreground, actually, where I am.
Football.
But anyway,
On
if
all
you
of our
saw our
TVs.
tease reel today, you would have heard me saying we're putting a new spin on the format of the show. That's right. John, you want to show them the little wheel that we're going to be using?
The Wheel of Death.
Yes, it's that wheel. We're going to have that wheel, and the wheel is essentially going to choose the topics that we're going to talk about. But this is going to be so chaotic.
Yes, this is not our usual format. This is for the special super season opener football episode.
And thanks to our special guest from Shut Up Football, Jeff Stoltzfus. Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah, hey,
Hi,
welcome
guys.
back to the podcast, Jeff.
Thanks for having me here on a very special opening night of the NFL new season.
Woohoo.
So if you like,
King Henry has already scored a touchdown.
Do you really?
Praise King Henry.
And Xavier Worthy.
spoiler alert. What if no one's what if people haven't watched the game yet, but they
Who the hell isn't watching the game?
It's too bad.
You're
This is a
you're thinking
sports
they're
podcast.
watching this before
Listening.
the game.
Yeah.
You probably.
It could happen.
Well, then it's our obligation then to keep them up to date with the latest.
Guys,
in
I'm gonna
sports.
run out of scotch. I'm sad.
Oh, that
It's
is
okay.
a
I'm-
very sad story.
We
I
just
got
started.
some tequila and the giant beer sign. Oh, is that Lagavulin?
It is. This is the true Ron Swanson Lagavulin, the 16 year, which I don't know if you can see because of my lighting.
Wait. There's a Ron Swanson 16 year. Oh, it's the one that
No.
drank in Parks
The
and
one
Rec.
that he drinks on Park and Rec.
Oh,
is the
yes.
16 year.
I'm just too cheap to afford the 16 year. Although I will say
Well, the 11 isn't that much less, right?
no, it's not that much less. But sorry, I'm hijacking this. In Alaska, we were in a Costco and we needed to get. I'll talk more about this in my thing. So, but to tease it, I bought.
I think you should
I
probably
bought a-
talk about it now that you've
I
talked
bought
about it.
Lagavulin Offerman edition for $60
Ooh.
in a Costco. It was amazing.
Did you also buy guns and Bowie knives?
We
Alaska,
ran out
right?
of space in the giant hand cart that we were using that was completely loaded with alcohol. No room for guns.
Well, that's the way to do it.
It's fine. Amy's husband has plenty of them.
Hey, Amy, how are you?
John, how you been?
I'm doing great. I missed you guys. It's been a couple of weeks. I am continuing watching old movies that I haven't gotten to that I wanted to with Jamie. We just started Now You See Me with Jesse, with Isla Fisher and Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson and Morgan Freeman
Dave Franco.
and Dave Franco. And it's
Wait,
really
Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
it is better than it has any business being. Honestly, it's like
They're making a third one.
It's like a magic heist movie, but like I love heist movies, also magic. So I'm in. And she's awesome. My daughter is the coolest chick, man. She literally just like really likes action heist. As long as there's like some girl.
Because you're raising her right.
Some girl in there that's like interesting or like maybe love interest or maybe the main character. She's just like,
Ooh.
I'm in.
Is the Netflix, remember that 7-part heist show that you could watch in any order, like, and actually randomize the order on Netflix? Is that too R-rated for her?
It is too R-rated, but I do effing love that show.
All right, when she's ready, that's going to be a treat.
Choose your own adventure heist movie.
Yes.
Anyway, well, Pete, let's hear about your trip to Alaska, my friend.
So Steph and I went first trip without the little one, and we were very nervous and scared and sad that we were missing him. But John and his wife Mel, and of course Liam's favorite cousin Jamie, well, one of his favorite cousins, he has many, but
Who doesn't?
Yes, his favorite Albany cousin Jamie came to. They all took care of him, so we didn't have to worry. So we were able to go to Alaska, and I was the officiant at our friend Amy and Jeff's wedding. So that was
how'd
cool.
that go?
It went
That's awesome.
surprisingly well.
You're so eloquent.
I was like cramming for that. No, yeah, I was revising it on the plane. I was just reading it over and over. I couldn't really relax and enjoy the vacation until like I had that ready. I had it not memorized, but close to where like I knew exactly how the whole thing goes. We had a bachelor day where we were just on a boat drinking and golfing, and got her married in this beautiful place called Hatcher's Pass, which is outside of Palmer, Alaska. And
nice.
Yep, pretty amazing. Just giant views of like 10,000-foot mountains on every direction. It's kind of
So I'll be doing that
glorious.
for a couple friends next year. You got any suggestions or recommendations?
I mean, make it personal. I try to fit little personal things in every segment of it, even like the official parts. Sometimes they were funny little quips or little like even like bordering on like, or is Amy gonna get mad at me for saying this? Like I literally said, by the power vested in me by a bunch of paperwork Amy turned in to the state. and the laws of the state of Alaska. But yeah, so just keep it personal, keep it light. If they want, ask them what they want. Like if they want a religious theme thing, like, okay. So I had to make mine completely non-denominational and non-religious. So so I had to go. I can send you what I ended up with if you want.
That'd be great. I got a giant packet because I am an internet reverend now. It's actually great. I've been actually forcing them to call me reverend every time I see them now.
Congratulations. Oh, that's awesome.
Although I wanted to be, another friend I know did it, and he was given the certificate like he's a saint. Like I wanted to be a saint.
Saint?
You can
Yes.
get that?
You can just get a certificate for that?
I thought I did the same exact thing as him, and I was a reverend and not a saint. I'd much rather be a saint. I mean, who wouldn't want to rather
That's like
be
the
a saint?
premium tier.
Yeah,
Exactly.
saints like 1,000 years ago that had to like be martyrs and
That's the
you know,
subscription you just got.
right. Like, yeah, saints that had to perform miracles and die and do all these crazy things like 1,000 years ago are pretty jealous right now. Just mail order saint, it's fine.
Mail order saint.
All right, but we had a great time. So enough about. Oh wait. Wasn't there something else I was supposed to say? Oh, yeah. No, I already said it. Lagavulin, $60 in Alaska. Pretty amazing.
The moral of the story.
Anyway, that was really amazing. The only thing that I'd like to add to Pete's story is while watching his son, I gave him the taste for human flesh. And not really, but he likes to eat people now. So
you fed him. You fed him human?
I didn't feed him human. I just played with him, and he started eating me. It was hilarious.
They're tough. Eggs are expensive.
Yes.
Eggs are expensive.
Oh, also, I meant to do this on my thing. For all of you listening now, we've updated our template, as you can see. I forgot to mention at the very beginning. And we are now streaming in 4K. Okay.
Pete has been waiting to do that for literally 2 years.
For, like the entire...
The whole time we've done the show.
I found the reverb.
We
routed to
perfected it
mix
last
to main
night.
mix bus 1-2 slider.
I'm so glad you finally listened to me. I've been telling you, you've been 3K too short all this time.
I know. Finally. There it is.
Big things in season 7.
There it is. Okay.
Hello, God.
That is definitely God voice right there.
Yes.
I kind of feel like that's an unfair advantage when you pick your picks.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Pete, say the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
I will pick.
Say Khalil Shakir with that voice.
Yes. Wait. Uka Pekka. Okay.
I love it. I'm in.
Not
I'm into
football
it.
related, but I just had to say it.
It's related.
Okay.
My God, we've definitely got to record some sound bites of that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so done ranting now. All right, let's move on. Wasting our time.
What are we doing?
We haven't gotten to Mark yet. Mark, how was your break, buddy?
My break was pretty good. It's
also high five, Pete.
I spent. Ooh, Can we have that with the reverb at all? I'm guessing not, right?
No, it's fine.
No, I
Do you
can't.
like the endless slap?
I can't
Anyway,
reroute the soundboard back into my Motu, back into the mix bus that I'm sending out to you guys.
Nobody knows what you're saying, Pete.
It's fine. Don't worry.
While we were
about
on break, I was in the Dallas area. This is a real estate conference that I go to every year. It was pretty hot, but not as hot as it was last year. So it felt okay. But we had a pool at our Airbnb too, which was really nice. We spent every day in it. But yeah, learned some stuff, and hopefully I actually utilize what I learned and execute the plan that I have in my head. But big things coming up in the real estate.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. And the beginning part of the break too, I moved in my niece to college dorm.
Uh-oh.
How did that feel?
Old? You guys feel old?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I was all right, but I probably cried a little bit on the way home. Not gonna confirm or deny that.
It's okay.
Oh my God, they grow up so friggin' fast.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, so we'd like to thank Jeff for joining us on this podcast.
Yes.
And as a reminder, he runs a very popular YouTube channel called Shut Up Football.
Shut up, football.
I always have to say it like that. Can I tell you actually in the tease reel that I recorded this afternoon, I said it normally and I was like, no, I can't use it that way.
I noticed that.
Now, Jeff, I have an interesting. I have a question for you. Did you celebrate your 1,000th sub? Because I am excited for you.
I did actually.
You did? What did you do?
Congratulations.
So, thank you. So I had actually purchased a Jason Kelsey Funko Pop back when he was at the Bills game and took his shirt off and was going crazy. I purchased it. It was a limited time, whatever you call it. I purchased it then. It just happened to come in like the week that I hit 1,000 subscribes. So I actually made a video about that where I just popped it open, and I'm so thrilled to have that. That's one of my prized possessions. It's behind me now on the
nice.
Fantastic.
on the shelves where I
Is
keep
it
all the
with
cool
the
stuff.
toilet paper?
No, it's on the other side, but because I'm trying to build out the other side with cool stuff, but it's just very slow going.
Well,
It
It's
looks
good to be
like you're
choosy.
podcasting in a castle. So I mean, I think we're good.
It kind of does.
It's because I put up fake bricks, which is what you got to do.
I mean, it looks better than
All about the aesthetics.
It was white walls before, and I'm like, that's not gonna work.
Not gonna
No.
work.
So
Not gonna work, 'cause you're an internet personality now.
I did celebrate the 1,000 because it took me 3 years, and that's not nearly as quick as a lot of other channels seemingly can reach that level. But for me, honestly, I wasn't even thinking I'd be doing this for 3 years. So,
Well, we just hit 43, so we're coming.
yeah,
We're coming up on 2 years.
Yeah. Only
We're coming. No, only
953 to go.
as long as you don't stop, you'll get there.
I know.
Someday.
Yeah.
Any exciting things that you're gonna do? Any cool ideas? I love all your AI stuff. Your AI stuff is awesome.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of AI stuff for the channel and to help make T-shirts lately for my website where I'm making T-shirts. The roast is, the season's back, so the roast is about to start. So that's kind of, I think, where a lot of people were gravitating toward the channel. So that's fun.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to do that again. That gets hard to do by week, 2, but I was going to say 10. But I really do think that's where I get to be the kookiest, the craziest, and just say whatever. And so I'm excited for that. And also because that means football's back.
Yes, it is.
Very exciting.
Football.
I've had so many group chats today just blow up. It's like football is back.
Right. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Could you guys be a little bit more enthused if football was back?
Sorry.
I mean, this is our football episode.
Xavier Worthy scoring on his first play just really hit me the wrong way.
I was going to say, you made me sad because I know I'm missing it right now. But
I'm watching it right now because of the internet.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm trying to focus on you guys.
Side note, did NBC buy football from Amazon? Did they beat them?
I think that's just for tonight.
Yeah,
It's
NBC
Peacock,
does,
right?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Peacock.
yes,
They do
that's on
they do
Peacock.
Sunday night games, and apparently they're doing tonight's.
How
they
did
got
they get
this
the
one.
opener? Like they must have.
I
Given
think
them
Amazon has tomorrow
a
Yeah,
jillion the Brazil game.
a Brazil
Yeah.
game.
Ooh, Regular Thursday night games don't start till next week.
Jeffrey? Are you sad or excited for the Eagles home opener to be in Brazil?
I probably don't really care that it's in Brazil. I'm probably less enthused that it's
all the
Packers
players
because
coming
the Packers
home
are really
alive?
good.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good game.
The players will come home fine. I am not
I
at all
heard
worried
they got
about.
them an armored truck to go to the games.
Do you mean just because of the extreme violence and the raging wildfires? Because I'm not
Yes,
worried
the extreme violence
any
and
of
the
that.
raging wildfires. Brazil
That's
is very
posh.
dangerous. Brazil
They're
is
from
very
Philly.
dangerous.
There's always danger in Philly. Come on,
There's always
define.
danger in-
Define.
But is it
From the
is it
fans.
South American Brazil danger?
There's more worries in Brazil. There's more Brazilians than Philadelphians.
I have
But
another very
they'll
important
be
question.
fine.
Actually,
They'll
what
be
would scare
fine.
me is Philadelphians in Brazil because they're like, we're in Brazil. We're just gonna do whatever
Okay,
we
that-
want.
Oh, well, Eagles
that
fans
could be a
definitely
problem.
flew down there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Philly fans in Brazil could be a problem, but the,
Yeah.
the players
So
are
excited.
fine.
I feel
the
like that's an Always
stories.
Sunny in Philadelphia episode waiting to happen. Right there.
When the the gang goes to Brazil. I want to
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, and doesn't come back.
The gang
I
goes to an
wanna watch
international
it.
game.
Good episode.
Like, yeah.
That's a good episode.
It would definitely be a multi-parter.
Charlie Day,
Oh,
because I
Danny
know Charlie Day
DeVito's
is
arm
watching.
deep in some
If you write
Brazilians.
it, just
Oh,
give
God.
us we'll only take 2 on the back end, just for the idea. I mean, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
Bob
No,
McElhenney,
I'm
if you're
thrilled. This is-
listening, we
This is
wanna
actually
see
a
the gang.
brilliant start
Yeah.
to the season for me because my number 2 team is my Maryland team, is the Ravens. So they're playing now, and then the very next day I get Eagles. So the first 2 days of this season being my teams, can't get better than that.
That's pretty cool.
Jeff, not to give too much of a preview into what we're actually doing, but can anyone beat the Ravens this season besides the Chiefs who are beating them
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
I mean, because I didn't think the Chiefs could last year, and they did, and now they have receivers. So
They have so many receivers.
They
Oh my
lost
God.
defense.
I don't know if they have
though.
so
lost
many, but-
defense.
they
So
have at
many
least 1 or 2.
receivers.
As long as one of them doesn't get put away for street racing, they have at least 2. So
No, clearly no one cares about that.
right? You would think by now something would have happened, and instead
No.
the NFL
Oh no, those
is
charges
just
were
like,
dropped.
they were dropped.
They were dropped.
Yeah, they just checked to make sure he wasn't smoking pot, and they're like, okay, he's fine. Because apparently that's like the mortal sin of
Wait,
the
are you
NFL
talking? Are you
player.
talking about Rashee Rice?
No, the other
Yeah.
one was street
Yeah.
racing.
He's playing
No.
tonight.
Well,
Oh,
Is
no,
there
the
like
one
a-
who was caught on video street racing. I thought for sure that was going to be.
oh yeah, he's fine.
Sus-
Oh, and
suspension of
a
a few
multiple hit
games.
and run, like he
Fine.
left the scene after he destroyed
Yeah.
3 or 4
It's
cars.
not like he did it incognito. There's video of him. Like
I know.
He's fine.
Then he's like,
So I'm-
he's fine.
I imagine the movie of Rashee Rice bringing back the tricked out like custom car that he rented that he destroyed and be like, it was like that when I got it. It's all good.
You owe
It's
me a
like
10-second car.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. Let's go. It's football time, Mark.
Okay.
I'm ready.
we would like to
So
thank
excited.
one of this week's fake sponsors, Thunder Sticks Sports Drinks. Power up
Thundersticks.
with Thunder Sticks Sports Drinks, packed with electrolytes and a lightning bolt of energy. Thunder Sticks keeps you going through every play.
Thunder.
Thunder Sticks.
Thundersticks.
Strike fast, recover faster.
Sorry. When you make a product called Thundersticks, I had to add the reverb.
That was my college nickname, by the way.
Oh,
I don't want to know.
Shall we kick off
So-
this shindig?
let's do it.
Hell yeah.
All right, Jeff's going to start us off. Why don't you spin that magical wheel, John?
Give me a team.
Well,
Oh,
let's-
let's explain the
let's
format
explain
tonight.
the format.
That would make way more sense.
The Wheel of Destiny.
Well, Jeff, this
Oh,
was your
hold on.
brainchild, so could you explain it to the audience?
Yes, and thank you for indulging me. And now I want your beer. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel and figure out what team the first person takes in the division, whatever division we're doing. So what division are we doing first? Do we know?
Well, we have to choose.
Okay. Hit
We
me.
have to choose
Hit
the
me with
division. All right. The Wheel of
Make it
Destiny
random.
decides.
Oh, okay. And then we have to argue why that team will win the division, even if we hate them.
Regardless of whether or not we actually believe
So
it.
obviously I didn't put
Oh,
32
yeah.
teams on this, but I did put the divisions because I think I might have misunderstood Jeff. But Jeff has gotten the AFC South.
It's supposed to be all one division. All right. AFC South?
AFC
But who's the
South.
team?
Whatever
Okay,
team
but
you
who's-
like. I heard.
No,
Okay.
no. That's
the whole point. No, the wheel was supposed to randomly select a team.
How about this
Yeah.
then?
The wheel
How about
only
this?
has 10 slots.
One of us randomly selects a team.
All right,
How about
all right,
that?
all right, all right,
Okay.
all right. No,
this
it's
is not
fine.
going at all like I planned.
It's fine. I'm going to randomize it even more. There's 4 teams in the AFC South. We're going to go top to bottom.
Well, yeah, there's
last
4 in
year's
every division.
finishes.
John's ITing this shit right now.
I'm ITing this shit right now.
Are you hacking? Is there code on the screen
John's-
right now on
yeah,
a 360
there is.
camera with
John
glow
is
sticks
hacking into the Matrix right now.
He's
You
full
got
Matrix
team
right now.
2. Team 2 in the AFC South.
I can't wait to find out who I get to tell you all who's going to win the AFC South.
This is an interesting
good.
division. I just
this is
looked
a
at this
crappy
one.
division.
When
There's
you say
probably
interesting,
one
what
good
do you
team.
really mean?
I think there's one great team.
All right.
One good team
Indianapolis
and
Colts,
2
Jeffrey.
let's
Indianapolis
see,
Colts.
teams.
Team 2
Oh,
in
the
the
Colts.
AFC South.
Fantastic. I can do with the Colts. All right.
Okay.
First of all, they're back, baby, because there's things beeping in my ear right now, and I hate that. Don't stop notifying me. All right. So this is going so poorly. All right. Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson is back, baby. And his second year under Coach Steichen. All things are looking up. Because first of all, I think it's a weak division. But let's say Anthony Richardson is back. Jonathan Taylor, he's not dealing with any kind of injury or contract situation. Wide receivers out the yin yang. Michael Pittman, he's the number 1. He's going to get the ball a ton. Then you got Josh Downs. Then you got Adonai Mitchell, the rookie, who is exploding, plus the guy they completely forgot about. What was his name? White guy.
I love that guy.
That guy. Who's
White guy
dead now.
receiver.
I love that guy.
Yeah, backup number 4 guy. He's still good. And, Alec Pierce. That's the guy. So
That's the
anyway,
guy.
so they got wide receivers out the wazoo. They don't quite know exactly who they have as the number 1 tight end yet, but they got plenty of guys. Will Mallory, Jelani Woods. There's a ton of Kalen Granson. They got tons of guys.
Mo Alley Cox doesn't play around.
Mo Alley Cox is still a large human being.
It's a
so
very
they got
big
plenty
man.
of people to throw to, plus the rushing ability of Anthony Richardson. We saw what he could do last year for only a couple of games, and he's going to take a huge step forward. That's why they're going to win their division. Plus, let's not forget the defense. I mean, there's a guy. There's probably some other guy. I love these guys.
Can I just bring up the legend of Joe Flacco?
Flacco is the backup now,
Joe
which
Flacco
is
is the
yes.
backup.
Well,
So
but
they
so
are
much
all-
better than last
week
year.
1 or week 2, Anthony Richardson's going to
Mhm.
run into a guy much bigger than him and like break some part of his body, right?
He
And then so-
probably will,
He probably
but this
will.
time it'll heal like Deadpool style, and everyone will be in shock and
Like
awe.
in the game,
Yes.
Right
Game,
away.
movie,
will he chop
comic
off
book,
an
take your
arm?
pick.
Will he chop off an arm if he like breaks it? and
I'm
just
going to
go
predict
back?
now Anthony Richardson chops off both his arms on purpose during a game and still throws 2 touchdowns and runs for another 2. You want him in fantasy? You want him in real life? The Colts will win this division easily. For the shoe, baby. For the shoe.
Wow. That's some big words. So do we
Big
dispute this
words.
now?
So the over
You can
under on the
dispute it all
number
you
of
want.
arms.
It's a fact. It's a
Okay.
stone cold fact, my friend.
So the over under on the number of arms that Anthony chops off is 2. John,
2.
do you take the
He's like
over
a-
or under?
That's a lot
I
of.
take
like a
the
lizard.
over.
I would have
because
put
he's
that
gonna
at
keep
1.
growing them back.
He just regenerates Wolverine style. So
He might even grow them in places that are unexpected. You don't know.
you're saying that like, because I think of Anthony Richardson as like last year was like year 1 Josh Allen if he had 0 in the durability stat in Madden, right? Because he just got hurt. Meanwhile, Josh was not a good quarterback in his first year, but he was still jumping over people. So Richardson, you're saying he's going to go from year 1 Josh Allen to year 3 Josh Allen, but skip year 2. It just goes straight to amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only
doesn't
because he
need
was
year
told
2.
to prove that the Colts are supposed to win.
I mean,
Right. Year 2
It
was
could
a
happen.
waste of time.
Now, we're not
Waste of
going
time.
to pay attention to any of the 17 games that the Houston Texans are going to win, right?
No.
No.
The one-hit wonder? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh,
CJ Stroud?
okay.
Come on.
hey, Baker Mayfield regressed.
No,
in
you know
his
what's
second
going to
year.
happen?
It
Stephon
could
Diggs is
happen
going
to
to
Stroud.
Not close.
the
Can they
whole-
do it again?
sabotage the whole thing. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Diggs is going to
Hey,
come in
the-
and just cause strife.
First of all, let's get it straight. The Texans have to go through the Colts this year.
Wow.
Twice.
That's fighting words.
Twice.
Twice.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
they're
will say-
definitely
okay,
not going to win both of those games for sure.
First of all,
Oh, they will
first of all,
absolutely win both of those games. Maybe a third.
I actually believe, John, that Joe Flacco is going to make a big appearance again this season like he did last year.
100%.
He's the best
because he's
off-the-couch quarterback
in
ever.
football.
I think Anthony Richardson, the over-under on him breaking his body again is like week 6.
Very high. Very high.
Because he, I don't know if he really learned how to slide.
He did
or
not.
whatever like
he wants
that.
to
Is
jump
there a-
through guys.
Is there a
I think-
FanDuel?
I think he bulked up
bet
a
for
little bit. but he still does not know how to avoid getting hit. When he needs to do that, then someone's going to take his head off. That's something. One thing we don't know if Deadpool can do is grow his head back, right?
Well, the answer for the Bears apparently during Hard Knocks was a slip and slide. So
that
maybe that's all they need. That's easy. That's fun.
That's all they need.
so
I
he
look
just
forward
has
to
to
that.
do that, and that's what trains him basically for eluding people.
I'm gonna say that's all it takes.
Did you see
Wow.
how many magicians went to Hard Knocks? Everybody got a magician. Are magicians
Oh,
cool
yeah.
now?
Why is that?
We were just
a thing
talking
for
about
training camp?
that movie you saw with magicians.
Magicians
Now
are
you see
cool.
me.
Magicians are cool. I saw a
They
magician
are making a
just few
third
months
one.
ago.
They're making a third now. You can see me, by the way.
So, Anthony Richardson, by the way, 6'4", 245. Not that big.
He's a linebacker, dude. He's
He's
huge.
not that tall either. Ay, ay, ay.
He's
For a
huge.
quarterback,
thick.
he's tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Run
no,
into him. See what
He's
happens.
no breaks, yeah.
He's Cam Newton light.
Oh, that's true. He's Cam Newton light. I like that. I like that a lot.
He's gonna light it up this year. You
Soon
watch.
he's going to be Cam Newton heavy.
I mean, I think that Anthony Richardson is going to be very exciting to watch because he's an incredible athlete.
Well,
I think
yeah.
maybe that the Colts are a little weak everywhere else.
I wouldn't say everywhere else because I mean,
wouldn't say they're
mean-
weak.
like Jeff says, they actually have a decent like bevy of receivers, and I mean, a healthy Jonathan Taylor is no joke. Like he was the best running back in football not too long ago.
Oh, John
right?
loves Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
Now he could
Right,
win the
John?
rushing title. You never know.
he really like
that
he has that
good.
potential. Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
he's not. 2 seasons of riding Jonathan Taylor has taught me that
All right.
Jonathan Taylor has
Well,
sticks for legs.
last year when Anthony Richardson got hurt and it's Gardner Minshew, that puts a lot more pressure on Jonathan Taylor.
sticks
so.
for legs.
It does.
And that
Oh no,
he
no,
likes-
this is before last year. Jonathan Taylor like just didn't do anything after he won. the
Right,
rushing
right. But
He-
I'm ignoring that.
Oh, God.
All right, real talk, Jeff. How do you like Shane
Yeah.
Steichen as the head coach?
oh, he's new, right?
I think he's fantastic. I actually think he's more instrumental than I ever initially realized when he was with the Eagles. I think he's a fantastic head coach. I'm not at all surprised. Out of the
Okay.
2 head coaches that left the Eagles that year, I actually was down on Jonathan Gannon. And maybe he's better than I give credit for. But Shane Steichen, I think he's a legit head coach. I think the Colts finally got a
Interesting.
guy.
Interesting.
All right. You know, to add to your like, they're a bunch of good guys on defense. I do have 2 of their players actually in my dynasty league, and they put up big numbers every season.
Our dynasty league.
DeForest Buckner. Sorry, the league I've been in forever.
Yeah.
And
all
shout
of
out to
us.
Rick, the commissioner of yes. You're all right. Yeah, right. All 3 of us are in it now. Rick, you roped us in.
There's 4 of us.
Oh, Jeff's in it too. Duh, right, we're all in it. Right, Jeff's been in it
Yeah.
longer than us. Right, so we're all in this crazy freaking league. Sorry,
how
my
longer
brain
than
is
you,
fried. Yeah, I know. That's why I said you've been in it the longest.
Yeah.
No, but I have DeForest Buckner and Kenny Moore on my team, so they've been
And I have
pretty good.
EJ Speed, who is the linebacker who took over for Shaq Leonard, who left last year after he was useless. So they actually got a lot of good pieces on defense. I just kind of forgot the names of half of them. But
That's fine. You label them as a collective. Oh, Mark, we lost your audio again.
Bye, Mark.
that
Did you
happens
pick
when
him
have
because he
bad
had the
takes
name
up
Speed?
calls.
Of course. EJ Speed. I almost picked EJ Speed. Speed.
No, I picked him up just because I knew the tide was changing at the linebacker position there, and I just thought, why
I
not?
went heavy defense this year. We changed. We added more defensive
That's a good
players in
move.
our dynasty league,
Hear me?
and
Yeah.
Yes.
we increased the scoring in our dynasty league for defensive players. So I have like a number
mean,
of pretty reasonable
I've
linebackers
had
and defensive
all the
ends.
best linebackers in our league at some point, and then just let them go. TJ Watt, Bobby
Well, 'cause it
Okereke,
didn't
like,
matter.
they've all been on my team, and I
Right.
just went.
You're like, I
Let
don't
them
need
go.
that.
Now it matters.
Now they're on everyone else's team,
Yeah.
so I don't have any patience whatsoever in fantasy.
Yeah, I looked back though, and some of my like the defensive scoring is going to be wacky. I feel like this is going to be a crazy season. So like I went back and looked at some of the game history now with the new scoring from some of my players, and I was like, oh, this safety scored 52 points this week. I got 3 or 4 of those guys that have had
So
like
my
40 plus
linebackers
point
that I'm
games.
starting in week 1: Demario Davis, Logan Wilson, and Bobby Wagner. I'm feeling very strong.
That's a good lineup.
And then Sauce Gardner No, not Sauce Gardner. CJ Gardner Johnson, that is, and Cameron Carl for safety, and then Sweat Montez if he plays. But
Sweat Montez.
All right.
yeah, I like to say it
Sweat.
that way.
Let's wrap this topic up. John, do you agree with Jeff's?
I disagree. I
Pete?
disagree.
Well, who do you think's gonna win it then?
I think that the division is weak. Besides the Houston Texans, who are going to win the division.
Do you
Pete,
think
what do you
the Colts will get in as a wild card?
There's a chance.
There is not a chance.
No, for a wild card spot, I don't think they're going to win the division, but I feel like they
Who
could.
do you think's gonna win the division?
That's got to be the Texans. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's recency bias.
I know.
I'm all for the Texans too.
Hey,
Their team
I'm
on the
wearing the
rise.
jersey of the guy that's now on the
Their team on the
Texans too.
rise.
Texans,
You're gonna buy a
Jags,
Diggs Houston Texans jersey?
Titans,
not.
Colts, or Colts Titans. They could just lose most.
You
of the games
think
together.
the Colts are as good as the Titans?
I think they're as bad as the Titans.
I hope you get the
Ooh.
Titans.
I think the Titans are going to be better this year.
I will say this though, I'm way more interested in Anthony Richardson than I am Will Levis.
Yes,
Although it's
100%.
eats
I actually
mayonnaise and is very boring.
had Anthony Richardson above Will Levis from the jump. I think he could actually be something in this league. Will Levis, I still need to see it, to be honst.
He
Yeah,
likes mayonnaise, and his girlfriend left him. And
He does love mayonnaise.
that's some good
and
intel right
bananas on the wrong end.
there. That's 3 random facts.
What was that?
John just rifled off stuff about Will Levis, like really
Trivia
fast.
Will Levis.
That was amazing.
All right. Spin the wheel. Who's next?
Yes,
Mark,
spin the
keep
going.
wheel.
Do you want to do
Wait,
next
who's next?
division? Mark has to do a next division.
Oh yeah, Mark.
Oh well,
sing
you want to
something.
do football songs? I
So
don't have.
do
I
it.
don't. Are you
Did you-
ready for the next topic? Oh no, it's. Are you ready for the next division?
Yeah.
So good at radio. Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Yes.
I did a
wheel
really good
spinning.
spin that time.
That was a great spin. What did we land on?
All right, NFC North.
NFC North. All right.
Okay, so now you have to
And-
randomize a team.
We're going to
And whose
randomize
topic
the
is
team
this
in the
one?
NFC North.
Man,
It's
I'm getting the
Mark's.
Vikings. I know I'm gonna get the Vikings.
You are going to get the. Hold, please. We're ITing it.
You need to IT faster.
You got the Vikings.
Yeah, yes.
You got the.
And this is
You
the
got-
beauty of this game.
You, got
You
the
guys ready?
Vikings.
So JJ McCarthy's leg is just gonna automatically heal like week 2. He's gonna be just like Deadpool Wolverine. He's just gonna grow another leg and he's gonna be perfectly fine. And so he
Medical
can,
breakthrough.
hey, it's gonna happen. Okay, if we can,
Okay.
if we've proved it with Anthony Richardson, that means that the technology exists, and it's obviously in all NFL quarterbacks now because the NFL likes to buy things, and if it's good for one player, it's good for all of them. So he's gonna be fine. He's gonna throw to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones. Also is gonna miraculously heal because he's on IR right now. That's right.
Yes.
Pretty much all their skill players are hurt right now, except for Justin Jefferson.
Is TJ Hawkinson going to the
TJ
same
Hawkinson
amazing
is also
hospital?
TJ Hawkinson is also hurt. All of these players are just going to miraculously heal because that's how the NFL works. There's this Deadpool technology that's in all of NFL players now, and
Deadpool
they're just going to
technology.
rock. They're going to rock. And we know that the Vikings gave up like an insane amount of points last year. Well, that's not going to matter because this offense is just going to find a way to score like 5,000 points in the season. So,
Wow.
the defense can give up as many people or as many points as they want. I mean, they traded away their best player, Daniil Hunter, because, who needs defense? They're just going to score and score and score and score because, if you because that's the object of the game, as John Madden once told. It's hard to beat the other team when you don't score more points than them.
Yeah.
Just got to score. Football.
To keep going with your
Football.
Marvel theme, Mark, I was going to add the famous saying that was a Wolverine said in one of the X-Men movies, and then Storm repeated: "The best defense is a good offense."
Yeah, that was in the
Except-
original X-Men. No, that was in X3, right?
X2 or X3, one of those. One of
The
those
Vikings
X
are
movies.
all injured. I mean, right.
Yeah, so many hurt.
The offense is in the capable hands of Sam Darnold.
It's fine.
I
They
can't
have
believe
Justin
you stole my
Jefferson.
Deadpool technology, man.
Deadpool, yeah.
Well, if it works for Anthony Richardson,
Nanites was sitting right there, and you didn't even touch it.
You know, I've been all for the NFL just replacing people's limbs, and especially ACLs, just preemptively when you get into the league. Congratulations, here's your free robot ACL.
They're looking into that technology.
ligament.
They're looking into that technology right now.
Mandatory steroid usage, right? Mandatory.
Pete's right. You get in there before it breaks, and you fix it. You get in there, and
they just put in a robot ACL.
Yeah,
and
as soon as you're drafted, you get screws.
Did you know they're doing preemptive Tommy John to like pitchers in college now?
Yeah. So it's really happening. Okay.
Yeah, it's really happening.
It really is.
So because they're teaching them to snap and throw their arms out, and so they can throw as hard as they can for a longer time. They're just like fixing their ligaments.
But you can still pull strain that UCL ligament again, and so you need another Tommy John surgery.
Damn. Yep. So how are they going to? Because I mean, these are expensive procedures. I'm sure these nanites and Deadpool technology and replacing ACLs.
Not for the
South American market, Pete. It's the South American market.
So, but do you favor?
That's why they're going to Brazil. Exactly.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's cheaper there.
Underground surgeries, man.
But how do you does a first round pick get more CLs replaced preemptively than like a second round or a third round?
They're just gonna capture all the CLs.
It's going to be in the bargaining agreement. Pete.
They'll get an ACL, a PCL, a CCL.
You get a robot
get all
CL,
right
when you enter the league. The whole thing.
You will never heard of CL
How are you
again.
squaring the second team, mostly offense, of the Vikings being better than the rest of the league's first team?
Oh, they have Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's going to be he's making $30 bajillion a year now. So in order to justify that contract, he has to score about 500 touchdowns.
So he's good enough. He's good at good enough that he's going to throw the ball. He's going to run. He's going to catch it. And then he's going
to Brett Favre himself.
They do say follow the money.
I don't think you're allowed to Brett Favre yourself in public anymore.
No, it's not that kind of Brett Favre.
No, not
different one.
Oh, John.
I don't think that'll help.
I was going to say Steph would be very happy with this, touting the Vikings to have Justin Jefferson do everything because she's got him on her team.
I don't think that was a good pull, Steph. They're going to be very bad.
She got him in the second round.
I mean, who's going to throw him the ball, Mark?
It's fine. He's still Justin Jefferson. He's still going to get thrown to like 150 targets a season.
See, here's the thing. I think that is false because Jamar Chase wasn't Jamar Chase last year. I think that's false.
I think there's a difference between getting targets and getting good targets.
Yeah.
There is, but
bad quarterbacks are bad, and Sam Darnold is bad.
As good as Jamar Chase is, though, I feel like he's not as multidimensional as Jefferson. Jefferson is the complete package.
Jefferson is the complete package, but I would probably hedge my bets on Jordan Addison getting a better fantasy year.
Maybe. Yeah, Addison is good. I really liked him, actually.
I don't think Darnold can beat double coverage or fit it in where he needs to. Just Jefferson might be the man, but I think this is where
well, that's the thing. Does he have to? Can he just throw it up to Justin Jefferson and he'll just get it?
No.
He did against the Bills. The asshole.
I was a Justin Jefferson owner last year before he broke his body because he breaks his body all the time. I'll just let you know.
1 year.
When Kirk Cousins got hurt, Justin Jefferson didn't do that great.
Yeah, to me, it's more like what happened to Garrett Wilson when Zach Wilson was throwing.
I know. I was all in on Garrett Wilson last year.
Yeah,
but
that's a huge drop.
Hold on, though. But like Sam Darnold is like, okay, so like, right, you have good quarterbacks. You have Sam Darnold. Then you have, whatever the Jets brought out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put Sam Darnold in the middle?
I just wanted to recall the game I saw last year where Sam Darnold fumbled the ball at the goal line and then fell on it and rolled ass over tea kettle into the end zone.
I mean,
hey, as long as
Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones go to the same trailer, man. The same trailer.
Yeah,
they're friends.
You know what? I would say Sam Darnold is closer to Daniel Jones, but below.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment.
We're out of time, by the way, but everyone, we're going to do it again. Who do we agree or disagree with Mark's Wolverine technology? JJ McCarthy coming back from the dead, as well as TJ Hawkinson, as well as Aaron Jones. Do we agree with that, or is someone else going to win the division?
No, if this was the year Packers,
anyone else will win the division.
If this is the year 2030. And
Pop Warner team will.
They would have this robotic technology, and I would believe Mark.
Okay.
But because
Here's
we don't.
Now, the difference
don't believe
between
it.
the AFC South and the NFC North, very strong. Very strong.
The exception
So-
of the Vikings.
With the exception of the Vikings. So,
I actually really was
the
hoping I was
Lions
gonna
and
get it.
Packers, good from last season, probably going to be great this season, but also the Bears with a million new shiny players.
I'm
So
hot
who's
for
gonna
the
win
Chicago Bears this year.
Who's going to win the NFC North, actually?
They don't have a good coach. The Bears don't have a good coach.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I still
matter.
think the whole package is in Green Bay. Bears on the way up.
Lions
They're
on
more
the top.
they're more like
So
yeah,
you
they're
think
more
Packers
like
are going to unseat the Lions? this
Actually,
year?
yeah, the Lions is actually the only other thing that I feel like is a valid argument.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
I could-
They
as
were in
long
the,
as
they
Dan-
were in the NFC Championship last
as
year.
long as Dan Campbell
Yeah.
stops measuring his balls on every play, we might be fine.
I don't have a problem with the Lions winning the whole thing. That seems plausible too.
Dude.
I mean, I am a Giants fan. Giants, right? But the Giants aren't going to win. And if the Giants aren't going to win, I like the Lions a lot.
I can't see Dan Campbell getting out of his own way though. That's what happened to him last year.
He's like, we don't need that fucking field goal.
I-
Fuck
I-
field
Yeah,
goals.
that was rough.
Field
He
goals are for
just-
pussies.
That's essentially.
I mean, right?
I just feel like Jordan Love it might be his time already.
Oh,
Well, I mean, he got the big old bag
It
of money
might.
for 1 year of football, so that's cool.
I don't have
Yeah.
that much faith in Jordan Love. I mean, he did show some promise at the end of last
mean,
year.
He looked good last
Adding
year.
Josh Jacobs
Yeah.
to that really cool offense is a great move. I think they're going to be very good.
Mhm.
I think I actually do believe in Justin or Jordan Love that much. I do think he's legit. I think he's the real deal, and he's probably close to a top 5 quarterback in this league.
Really?
The interesting
Five.
That is
Yeah,
the
the
highest I've
interesting
heard
part-
him rated so
yeah.
far.
The interesting thing to me is the wide receivers because they don't have a clear cut one, but they got a lot of good guys.
They have a lot
They
of good
do.
guys,
I mean,
and they
yep.
believe they don't need a clear cut one.
Yeah,
that's,
and they
that's
might
their
not.
whole thing.
They might not.
Yeah, they have so many. The depth there is crazy, unreal. Even at the tight end position, they have 2 in their second year that are just that good. But
And they slapped around the Cowboys in the playoffs last year.
no, it's so enjoyable.
It was
Yeah.
very enjoyable.
It's so good.
They were like, "Pop, pop, 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 pop."
I feel like Green Bay is still just a smidge below Detroit at this point, but they're both very close. They could, a few things go one way, like the ball spins the wrong way on a fumble, right? It could be either of those two teams winning that
Well,
division.
I mean, you need a defense still. The Lions, I think, improved their defense. I don't think the Packers did all that much to improve on their defense. So we'll see.
Are you guys
We'll
They
see.
got another.
Time
They
will
got like
tell.
the best ranked linebacker.
We're out of time again. And the wheel of destiny wants blood.
So is this yours, John, or mine?
It is mine.
Is yours. So who are you going to get? Spin the wheel.
Was Mark going to sing to me?
Oh, yeah, we got
I can't think of another football song.
P can do
it.
Football song.
Next division. Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Rudy was offsides.
it. The wheel of destiny.
Wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn.
That was good.
So I got the you pick slot.
Oh, what?
Fix.
Rigged.
Fix. Fix.
Oh.
Rigged.
Well,
Do you get to pick the division or the team? Because that's pretty
everything.
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 Fix.
Everything
So-
but the Giants.
I knew I
Everybody
should have been the
died.
one to,
No,
to
I'm gonna
take the
I'm
wheel.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So
No.
I am going to pick the NFC East and the New York Football Giants.
Oh, okay. I like this
I
now.
crawl foul.
No, I think it's great because I'm wearing the Tommy DeVito shirt, and obviously the solution to football in New York this season is the resurgence of the Italian stallion Tommy DeVito.
Of
Guys,
course.
of course.
This is such a fix. He's wearing a shirt.
I'm wearing the shirt.
Tommy Cutlet shirt.
That's how you prove it's false. You're
And,
wearing the jersey.
and the plan,
I know.
the plan is Tommy DeVito. Everybody knows is a clubhouse favorite, and he's
No.
going to be
I'm
his
calling
mom is
shenanigans.
clubhouse
I'm
favorite.
calling shenanigans right there.
clubhouse favorite.
You got the Cowboys. You got the Cowboys.
No, I'm not talking about the fucking
You
Cowboys.
brought this on yourself. You
Oh.
now have the Cowboys. Go.
All right,
That's so unfun.
I love it.
Let's-
Chaos.
let's vote. Do I get the Cowboys or the Giants?
Yes, Cowboys. Go.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Pete.
All right.
Doesn't matter. Pete's only one vote.
Be a fan of fun, Pete.
I'm outvoted
All
here.
right, fine. I actually think that the Cowboys have a shot at winning the division. I don't think that's great. I hate the fucking Cowboys, and it was really fun to watch
Is it
them.
because they're gonna trade for Tommy Cutlets?
It might be because they're going to trade for Tommy Cutlets because Dak Prescott doesn't sign his contract. But honestly, number 2 wide receiver in the whole league, probably number 1 this year in CeeDee Lamb with a big old bag of money.
Nickel bag.
Is he going to rest on that money, or is he going to prove that he was worth it?
I mean, he 1,800 yards last season, like 25 touchdowns. He did so fucking great.
It was a monster season.
I don't think Dak's that bad. I don't think Pollard's that bad. I honestly think they have a really good shot.
Oh,
and really, you got to think about.
On the Cowboys anymore.
Pollard's not on the Cowboys anymore. I didn't look up the depth chart yet, so just leave me alone.
Zeke, they re-signed Zeke.
Zeke
John
is
had
back.
Zeke.
John
and
had
Rico
Dowdle.
John had 8 window tabs, all of Giant stuff ready to go.
Often injured.
Fuck with me. I'm
Often
in
injured
it.
Rico Dowdle.
Whole world.
Often injured Rico Dowdle. However,
Yeah, he's a small man.
With Lamb, and honestly, Brandon Cooks back healthy. With Brandon Cooks ready and fast, I think they have a really good 1-2 punch. I think while they are coached very poorly coached, and I think that's the reason they lose. Zeke is back healthy. Rico Dowdle, good for tempo running. What is it? Jake Ferguson in tight end. I mean, I really think the Cowboys are very good. How many games did they win last season? 14, 15? I mean,
they were good.
And it's not like the NFC East is that strong. The Giants won't win 9. The Commanders won't win 9. So really it's a 2-horse race. It's a 2-horse race, and we don't know yet if the Eagles have figured out whatever the fuck was going on last season.
They had some weird voodoo going on last year.
They had some weird fucking voodoo.
I think the Eagles bounce back this year.
The Eagles
really do.
have a big
and I'm not saying that to suck up to our guests.
They have a big Jason Kelce-sized hole to fill in their offensive line.
That was their biggest loss of the year.
And you think about it, Jason Kelce probably the most important quietest player. Quietest. Wrong
He's
word.
Not quiet.
But like the most important underseen player in the whole league because nobody realizes that their dominance was with probably one of the best centers that have ever played. Right?
I think he's the Hall of Fame candidate for sure.
I agree. 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
The reason that the tush push
fantastic.
worked is because Jason Kelce took 3 guys by himself.
I mean, didn't they? I mean, they invented the tush push pretty much. That's a thing.
Yeah. That's the reason it worked. It's the reason no other team can do it because no other team had Jason Kelce.
Bills did it with extremely high success rate last year. But they called it the snowplow with Deion Dawkins.
My one thing about the Cowboys is that they lost Dan Quinn.
Giants would have been funner.
They lost Dan Quinn. I thought that was very fun to hear you go on about the Cowboys. You lost a little bit of your soul by doing that. I know you did.
Yeah, that's the part I liked.
My soul, my poor soul.
In our collective fantasy league that we're all in, John does have CeeDee Lamb as his like prize possession wide receiver 1.
Pride and joy, CeeDee Lamb.
But Dan Quinn was a huge part of the last 2 years. That defense was just insane with turnovers and sacks. The last 2 seasons, he is no longer their defensive coach. So how does that defense look without Dan Quinn this year?
I mean,
they still have Micah Parsons.
He's still amazing.
They have a lot of personnel.
Trayvon Diggs is going to be healthy this year, hopefully.
I'm going to pick on a different part and say their run game, because Zeke is way past his prime.
Zeke is old.
He'll have a few plays.
He's going to be the number 2
Rico
though.
Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle.
Cook too. What is this?
When the running game falls apart. And the offense line is not what it used to be there.
No, it's not.
When the run game falls apart, it's going to put more pressure on Dak. And that, I think, is a legit excuse for why they might not. Because I honestly do believe a lot of the stuff you said is possible. They were a very good team. They won a lot of games. Their problem has always just been the playoffs.
Yeah.
Once they get to the playoffs, they're a completely different team. But if I were a Cowboys fan this year, I would be very concerned about the run game.
Yeah, I hear you. Losing Pollard is a tough one.
Now, can I ask a question? Was the Jets Dalvin Cook's problem last season, or was him being old the problem? Because Dalvin Cook still, besides last season, one of the
Vikings knew. Vikings knew.
It's so hard with running backs.
Didn't he get signed by the Cowboys? He got signed by the Cowboys.
Yeah, he's on the Cowboys roster. But it's like you have Derrick Henry, who are watching this game, who's like pushing he's over 30 at this point, and he still looks
30.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Or somebody like Latavius Murray that's like 57 and still somehow on teams and doing well. Except he gets tired by like the third quarter of the season. But like Dalvin Cook's not that old, but sometimes those running backs, they only have a couple really good years and then they just drop off a cliff.
Would you rather have Dalvin Cook or would you rather have Zeke?
I don't know. I'd rather.
I think Zeke's got more left.
You think so?
Really?
Zeke's.
I don't think
Zeke's
either one has
rating-
anything left. So yeah.
I know. Zeke's like PFF and like production rating has gone down every single year since his rookie year.
Yeah.
He started phenomenally, and then he's just been a shadow of what he was in his first couple seasons.
I think Dowdle will take the carriage between the 20s, and then when they get close to the goal line, that's when they'll probably rely a little bit more on Zeke. Zeke can still get it done in the red zone.
Dalvin Cook and
He
Zeke
could
are
be a
at the
red
same
zone
age, by
running
the way.
back, yes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Dalvin Cook, if it was injuries or if it was just sheer number of plays he had against him.
I mean,
yeah.
he was a bell cow
ran.
for a
was
while.
terrible. That O-line was terrible. Aaron Rodgers.
But I mean, in college, like how was he? I don't remember
yeah.
how much he was used in college in terms of when they talk about running back miles, which seems
Yeah,
like
he
maybe
was
a
used a
vague
lot in
thing, but
college.
it seems real. It seems real. Like for when it comes to Derrick Henry, who's 30 years old, and I know he's a horse, he's built different.
He's
but
bigger.
His first two seasons were not really anything. He didn't
Let's
get
bring
used
it back.
that much.
Let's
so-
bring it back to Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell got used an insane amount, and
Yeah.
one day he was just
He's just done, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
No, it's
Well,
true.
I mean,
and-
he also went into holdout and didn't come back.
did.
And
He
oh,
did.
yeah.
Went a
Ate too
little
many
crazy with
cheeseburgers in the
TBI.
offseason.
He came
Ate too many
back after
cheeseburgers.
that, and he was not the same guy.
No, he
No.
wasn't. Yeah, I
In
think
his
some people are just
mind.
athletic freaks, and some just, father time catches up to them quicker.
Yeah.
Goddamn father time.
I know. All right,
All
so
right, so yeah,
do we
yeah,
agree
Pete,
or
what do you
disagree
think?
with this?
Massively.
I don't
disagree.
know. I feel like I feel like Dallas could win the division because it all depends on if the Eagles have the bounce back, right? I feel like the Eagles should win the division. Will they?
So, by
But
the way,
either
Jeff,
way,
you're welcome.
even
By
if
the
the
way,
Eagles
Jeff, you're
don't-
welcome. The Eagles with Saquon Barkley scare me.
Oh, the
well,
Eagles have
I mean,
Saquon Barkley.
I'm worried about that too, but yeah, that makes sense.
If he's
Don't
healthy,
be worried
he's
about
still,
Saquon Barkley.
Speaking of
Well-
legs, I think he still has some tread on the tires.
Yeah,
Funny
I think
that
he
they-
does too. But no, you make good points about Dallas. I mean, they actually came out way better last year than I thought they should have, and even the year before. So
They have
there's good points. There's
Yep.
more evidence. If you didn't look at the playoffs where they got their asses
Right.
handed to them by Green Bay, you would say they're the favorite to come back and win the division because of the way they actually played during the season and because of the way the Eagles fell apart at the end. So logically, my brain goes, yeah, I understand your point. And that's all I can say about that.
We gotta see how
because
they
I
both
want the
play.
Dallas
So-
Cowboys to win.
I know. So my take is Dallas somehow weasels their way to winning the division. The Eagles get the top wild card spot, and but Dallas does it with like the worst. Something weird goes on here. I don't know how the math works out, but they faced each other in the playoffs, and
So
the
Dallas
Eagles
won
obliterate
12
them.
last year, and Philly won 11. The only problem with Philly last year is they won their first 10 and then lost pretty much their last 7. So we have to see what Eagles come out, right?
I think Eagles bounce back. I really do.
I mean, the interesting part about the Philadelphia Eagles, and Saquon Barkley said it when he was interviewed about it a number of times. He was doing talk radio all summer. Is like he walks in that locker room and it's all stars. I mean, your team is insane on paper. Insane.
That's what made no sense last year. The personnel's there. The roster's stacked.
Jesus Christ. It's so
Yeah, I
good.
don't know what
But the
happened.
offensive and the defensive coordinator last year were pretty much first-time dudes and didn't really know what they were doing. It was called vanilla. It was called a high school offense. Like it was bad, and it was so bad on defense that they transitioned to Matt Patricia toward the end. I mean,
Oh God,
no one,
no.
no one had any answers for anything, and the whole thing fell apart.
No.
So
Don't do that.
that could also be
Jeff, do
recency
you wanna
bias
talk-
that we
do
all
you wanna
just have
ask
a
Mark some
bad taste in
questions
our
about
mouth
Matt
from last
Patricia?
year.
Because
so.
he has a lot of feelings about Matt Patricia, but we're out of time. So one word about
I
Matt
don't think
Patricia.
any of
Mark.
us have any
We're
different
gonna have
feelings
a
about Matt Patricia.
phenomenal opportunity to talk about Matt Patricia next episode when we have another RPI alum on this episode. Dude, there's a teaser.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Ex-RPI coach, ex-defensive
It's Pete
coordinator.
time.
Normal.
Yeah. So what division and team am I getting?
Pete, sing me a song. Sing me a
You
song.
also
So
get
I got
we
one.
know.
I got one. Ready?
Yeah,
It's
go
probably
for it,
yours.
Mark.
Next division. Next division. Next division. Sean.
Bam.
Really good, guys.
Next division,
Really good.
division.
I feel like
We can't
a
sing
Muppet
anymore.
dancing like this.
We're
Talk about
gonna
the frog
just
dances.
we're gonna bounce here because we already did that one. AFC North.
Ooh,
Ooh, who wants to pick
Oh,
a
the
Pete
blood
team to
division.
beat?
the blood division.
Exciting times.
I actually think this is a very exciting division this year. What team am I
Exciting
getting?
times in the NFC North or AFC North. You are
Please
getting.
let it not be the Steelers.
Watch it beat the Bengals.
You're getting the Browns.
The Browns. Okay. You know what? Okay. People have been sleeping in the Browns forever, right? The Browns made it to the playoffs last year with, I know, all due respect, but
Joe Flacco.
yeah,
Flacco.
Mr. Joe Flacco off the couch.
The legend of Joe Flacco.
Right. Still got them pretty far, did well. There's a lot of talent in this roster, right? Jerome Ford is a very underrated running back for one, in a lot of fantasy teams. I don't know. It's a lot of names that I don't really recognize, which is funny. And
Greg Cooper.
but
Deshaun Watson.
Well, no. I was saying in terms of some of the other receivers, like Jerry Jeudy has not really made the impact that I was hoping he would in the league. But you know what? Maybe this is his year.
But
Njoku actually is a good tight end. Right. So they have
he got
players.
his face burnt off and he still played.
I think what's going to happen is none of these teams are going to take the Browns seriously because they're like, it's the Browns. They forgot that they got into the playoffs last year. Deshaun Watson is finally coming back healthy, even though he's an asshole.
And he's
the
no
Browns
longer getting
ass.
massages.
Yeah, no.
Yes,
Allegedly.
he is.
Allegedly.
Yes, he
Right.
is.
But he's the Browns asshole. And he's going to fight hard for that team because they're paying him a ton of money. And he's
how many people is Myles Garrett going to kill?
Well, right. He's probably the most murderous defensive player in existence.
He has a graveyard of all the quarterbacks he's killed.
He ripped a helmet off a guy in a game once.
Myles Garrett is a bad man.
No, that wasn't Myles Garrett.
That wasn't Garrett?
It was.
That wasn't
It was.
I thought Garrett attacked somebody with a helmet that he ripped off the
backup
guy.
quarterback for the Steelers. It was
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
I didn't think that was Garrett.
His head was still in it.
Yeah, it was.
Poor Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, decapitated.
Sorry, Myles Garrett is just bigger than you.
Fatality.
It was a Highlander moment.
Yeah. No, I mean, so Cleveland's had a scary good defense, honestly, for many years. Dustin Hopkins, clutch field goal kicker. He's been good for a long time. Bill's draft pick, by the way.
In the last 6 weeks or something, they were under 2 seconds. Isn't that wild? 2 seconds to think against the Cleveland Browns.
Wait, 2 seconds to what?
They were under 2 seconds.
So, like, they sacked the quarterback.
To the
Or
ball.
about to sack the quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, that won't be a problem this year because Watson's going to be back.
No, the other way.
The other way.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. So there's
Pete, you made that such a bad point.
See,
You're like, I don't know what you're
He's
saying.
going to block it, and he's going to get the ball.
Clearly, I was
as long
not
as their
prepared.
defense doesn't play their offense.
I was not prepared to push the Cleveland Browns. I had all this knowledge on the Ravens and Bengals, but that's fine. Yeah. No, honestly, though, this is still the division of blood because the floor of the AFC North is the Steelers, and they always win. It's like a cat cannot land anywhere but its feet. The Steelers cannot finish a season under 9 wins. Tomlin has the longest streak of winning seasons, I think, in the NFL.
Do you think Do you think they have enough personnel, the Steelers, to like actually make a run?
No, but they have enough personnel to fuck with all the other teams in their division, just enough to make it difficult.
I mean,
which might
is
so an
Russ
upset here or there.
Actually done. Is Russell Wilson actually done, or is this just some weird thing?
Yes.
Teach Justin Fields how to play football.
But Justin, right? Yes, Wilson is done. But
fired.
Fields actually, I feel like, is an upgrade compared to everybody they trotted out last year.
I mean, Kenny
honestly.
Pickett's a garbage quarterback.
Wait.
Pickett's garbage.
You're now championing the Steelers.
Hold on, because
we're going through it.
This is the Browns.
This is Pete, Jeff. This is Pete. He wants everyone to win.
This is the way my brain goes. This is the Browns' path to victory because I mentioned the Steelers because they're guaranteed 9 wins. Right, some of those are going to go against their own division. There's a good chance that a couple upsets that happen to the Bengals, who are resurging with Joe Burrow and ready to take everything by storm.
Oh, you need to say resurging with Joe Burrow in the God mic.
Oh, hold on.
With Slim Shady Joe Burrow, by the way.
Resurging with Joe Burrow. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. The Browns are going to get into the playoffs and sneakily win the division because the Steelers are that annoying like little sibling that won't quit and somehow upsets a couple games for both the Ravens and the Bengals. And they all have a tough schedule. They're all trying to kill each other. Everybody forgets about Cleveland. I think they might actually just pull this off.
I kind of agree with that. I think that division is going to beat up on each other.
I got there. It took me like 4 minutes out of the 5 I had, but I got there.
They're an agent of the Browns unbeknownst to themselves.
They are.
I got you. That's sneaky.
They are the Gollum of the AFC North. Right? For good or evil.
Boys, now. Oh, precious.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So an update for those that may have thought that the Ravens are going to win the division. They are losing to the Chiefs 20-10 right now.
But Rashee Rice literally pushed all of the Ravens defensive players
he did.
back into the end zone. The whole thing.
He
was like done. He was like done, and then he was just like, I'm not done.
I know. It was like he was like driving his car. That's what
he was. He was like driving his car. All right, we're out of time. Does anyone think that a team other than the Cleveland Browns are going to win?
Probably.
Who do you think is going to win?
Probably, yeah. But I like the case that he made for the defense because that is really what kept them in games last year, and they are
scary as hell.
They are pretty. Yeah, they are scary.
Yeah, I agree. I think. I mean that defense is pretty good. I mean they thought there was a Super Bowl defense last year that everyone kept saying.
Sure. They just needed a quarterback.
I actually think that everyone is going to beat up on each other in the division. Like I somehow think everyone's going to be 1-1. Or I'm sorry, they're all going to split the series. They're all going to split the season series, I think. So, but it's outside of that division, and the Ravens I think are just too good.
If you get 2019 vintage, like 2019, 2020 Deshaun Watson leading this Cleveland Browns team.
So while he was
you can't tell me that they don't have a playoff shot.
So you're condoning Deshaun Watson getting massages?
I don't know. Flacco was better.
Flacco was better.
Flacco was better than Watson in his best years?
The team was undoubtedly better last year.
Hold on.
No, not in his.
The Cleveland Browns offense was better suited for Flacco than it is for Deshaun.
Okay.
I think it's probably too much to say he was better than him in his prime, but I will say that Flacco has something that Deshaun Watson does not, and that's a Super Bowl ring.
Hey.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to call him out, Mark. Just do him.
You don't have to always be better than another person just for a very small window.
So, even though we're living in an NFL with regenerative technology, Nick Chubb doesn't get new legs this season.
Oh, right. Yeah, guys, this is over. Chubb's coming back. He's going to be 100%. No problem.
I was just like...
I forgot about Nick Chubb. He's been hurt for like 5 years.
He's been hurt for like 5 years. Poor guy.
Maybe like the second half of last season, but still.
All those funny fantasy football names. My God, never forget the Chubb.
Never forget the Chubb.
That t-shirt. I want that
t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. Never forget the Chubb. We're putting that on the YouTube now.
Amazing.
If only we could, can the episode title be Chubby Balls?
Chubby Balls.
No, but yes, it can. It definitely can.
Or just footballs.
All right. And we've made ourselves back around.
We have gone around. Before we continue, we'd like to thank another fake sponsor, Goalie Guard Sports Insurance. Protect your game with Goalie Guard Sports Insurance. From broken bats to sprained ankles, we've got you covered. Goalie Guard, because accidents happen.
What kind of accidents?
Are they poop accidents?
Are jock straps covered under goalie guards?
They should be.
Okay.
I'm starting to really like your guys' reactions to these fake ads.
It is fun.
They're just really great.
I was supposed to use the ad to come up with an NFL theme song that I could put Next Division into, and I didn't do it because I was laughing at the sponsor thing.
Well, what's the NBC with Carrie Underwood, right?
Oh yeah.
Down 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 Next Division.
Yeah.
All right. The wheel must eat.
The wheel must eat. I like that.
We're gonna go that way. Excellent. NFC West.
This doesn't look fake at
This
all.
isn't set up at all.
What is it? NFC West?
We're crossing out a lot of
NFC
divisions,
West.
you guys. This is at 5.
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
John, if
the
you
rate-
paid attention to how we want to do the show, you would know how to do it.
Well, at the rate we're going, we're not going to hit all
I
teams.
don't
That's
have
for sure.
32 slots on my wheel. I was pitching a digital
No,
wheel.
no, no,
You
no,
guys
no,
were
no.
like,
I thought we were.
anyway, I didn't do a digital wheel. So y'all can
It's the Ouija
suck my
wheel.
butt.
Hey,
Whoa.
This is a family program.
It is not.
how dare you?
It is not.
Who's winning
NFC,
the West here?
NFC West? You are getting the Seattle Seahawks. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Honestly, that's not the worst.
That
This
is
the worst. This is the worst randomizer.
Yeah, I want to
ever.
say that there's only one team in that division I would have probably a hard time with. Seattle Seahawks.
Does
Why
it
not?
rhyme with the Arizona Cardinals?
It might sound similar.
The Schnarnals.
Why
The
not the
Schmarnals.
Seahawks? They have been perennially good, with Coach Old Man McNuggets, and yeah, they got Mike McDaniel now from the Ravens. So they got a new
DK
coach.
Metcalf bench press everyone.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
DK Metcalf is a potential breakout guy every year, and I'm not sure. Is he here? Is he finally here? I think he's here because Lockett is not quite
He's
what
very
he
strong.
was.
Yeah.
But Jackson Smith and
He'll
Jigba is
chase
here as
down
well.
He will chase
Jackson-
down men. He's very strong.
Look
He's
at
very fast.
the fantasy drafts this year, and Jackson Smith and Jigba just falls. Last year, he was like the hottest thing possibly going into fantasy season. Everybody wanted him. He's still awesome. He's still amazing. He
you're
can
right about
contribute like amazingly. And so between their passing offense, between the wide receivers, which I still think are very good, Geno Smith, who had an up year then a down year, kind of. I still think he's fine. He can get them where they need to be. He can at least get them to the playoffs. Then you've got the running backs, who I think Kenneth Walker the third has been one of my most popular picks this entire offseason in terms of best ball, dynasty trading. I got him on, I think, my redraft league. Like, he's fantastic. He's going to do better, I think, than
he's a dude.
most people
he's
think.
good.
Yeah. He was a little overshadowed by Bryce Hall coming into his rookie year, but he is a legit dude. And even Zach Charbonnet, who's a good number 2, he's not taking that much away from him. He'll get passing work, whatever. They're both going to be
His
fantastic
last name is
for
just
the
fun to
Ravens.
say.
But
It is fun
Yeah.
to say.
I don't mind a little Frenchie.
Charbonnet.
But and then they got a wide receiver who I believe statistically, even though Noah Fant hasn't been the greatest ever, I think under Mike McDaniel and whoever their offensive coordinator was, who's escaping me right now, his numbers should be a little up this year. So you can bank on some tight end numbers too, which is a
Wait, is
pretty
it
good
Mike
idea.
are you saying Mike McDaniel like the Miami Dolphins head coach?
N-
Or is there another Mike McDaniel?
no, maybe it's not Mike McDaniel. Then maybe it's like
Josh
Bob
McDaniels?
Costas McDaniel. It's
Oh God, I
Costas
hope
McDaniel.
not. Mike McDonald.
McDonald.
yeah, Mike.
There you go.
You know what? Just
Like
as
the
good.
singer?
I'll take
Doesn't
2.
matter.
I will be there.
McDonald. Old McDonald had a Seahawk team. So, all right. So the defense still has Boye Mafe and a whole bunch of other guys who are going to just crush it. Get them at IDP. They are easily going to win the division this year. And I know they got the 49ers. That's a big hurdle to cross, but they're going to beat the Cardinals easily every time they see them. The Rams are kind of
Easily.
good, bad, whatever. You don't really know what you're going to get. Depends on who's healthy that
So we
week.
have no
Right.
faith in the Kyler Murray now as Marvin Harrison Jr. to throw to Arizona Cardinals.
It's all conjecture. It's all
gonna-
just
it is true.
you don't know what it's
completely
going to be.
unproven.
It's going to take
He
them a
might
whole
be
year
the
to get in
greatest
sync.
wide receiver since sliced bread, but we haven't seen it yet. We
No.
don't know what their connection's going to be. We don't know what their offense is going to be. So, no, easily beat the Cardinals. I think the Seahawks have a legit chance to win the division. I don't even know what else to say except the Seahawks are so freaking good that my brain hurts thinking about them. But
They make you hurt in your brain hole.
That's the true.
I hurt all of my brain holes. I didn't have to use nano technology this time or any Deadpool technology. They're just flat out that good. Strong D, good run, plenty of wide receivers. They can get it done.
All
Right,
right.
they drafted.
All-
They say they drafted. I love this name, Jake Bobo.
Also,
Jake
DK
Bobo.
Metcalf.
It's like they drafted a clown.
Trapped in a cloud. Do we agree with this conjecture of the Seattle Seahawks winning the division?
I mean, here's the thing. What if Brock Purdy gets hurt?
Anybody could throw in San
What if
Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey gets hurt?
Okay, that's different. You said what if Brock Purdy gets hurt? You could go out to San Francisco and try out for the San Francisco 49ers and probably be fine.
What if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt?
What if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt?
He's on. I mean, if you look at numbers, he's kind of on the downward trend for running backs.
And then it's Mason. What's his name? Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason. Now that Elijah Mitchell's hurt, Jordan Mason, number 2 in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're winning it all with Jordan Mason?
I mean, maybe. Ayuk's back. Ayuk finally signed his contract, which is good for them.
Trent Williams? Is that what his name?
I mean, that was always going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, they're very well coached too. Happened.
I mean, it's a very good team.
That's right. They've got Mike McDonald and Daniel apparently now.
Never going to give you. That's the wrong guy. Okay. But then I mean, we're sleeping on the Rams, who are also very, very good. Kyren Williams, who nobody thought was going to be the guy, was the real deal last year. And Puka Nacua, like PPR back from heaven, and Stafford is just still Stafford. Stafford and his hot wife just kind of being cool, throwing balls and stuff. Yes, I said it. It's all good.
Stuff. If he's healthy, yes.
I mean, because injuries are such a huge thing in the NFL, if something happens to the Niners from injury perspective, I can see the Seahawks actually taking them. But again, there needs to be something like that.
Again, that's if the Niners don't play football next season.
The Rams defense, I don't know. I'm a little suspect of their defense. I mean, they lost Aaron Donald.
Well, they did lose Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
I mean, a big Aaron Donald-sized hole.
Although I think I said this on the podcast before, if the Rams are close to or in the playoffs, he might come back second half of the year. We'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll see.
If anybody listens to New Heights, they bring on a lot of football players, and Jason Kelce likes to talk about how scary Aaron Donald is with all his offensive line friends. So, like we said, 2 or 3 guys at him. That's the game plan when the Rams come to town.
Yeah.
Speaking of New Heights, I just saw they had Adam Sandler on there because Travis Kelce is going to be in the sequel to Happy Madison.
Really?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Madison. You're just combining Adam Sandler movies now.
No, that's what his production
name of his company.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I thought they passed him over for that. They picked him.
Well, last I heard that he's going to be in it. Yeah. But that was like last week.
Is that like a cameo or is he like the main guy?
So
no, it'll be like a cameo.
Just an interesting talk out of the Rams. Do we think that Blake Corum overtakes Kyren Williams?
Yes.
We do?
I think Blake Corum is a better running back.
I mean, I think they'll just have a 1-2 punch, kind of like they have with the Dolphins.
Because that always makes running backs better to have more running backs.
No, he's right. It will be a 1-2 punch, but I think over the season, it's very likely that Blake Corum gets more by the end of the season. Even if it's just 60-40.
A hot take.
There was a big concern in fantasy drafts this past week that Kyren Williams was going to become a special teams back.
No, that was overblown though. Just because he's returning kicks, that might actually help his case for being more relevant. But Kyren Williams is not dead by any means just because Blake Corum is there.
I don't think
he's just less valuable.
And Corum may take a year to ramp up too.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Corum, besides not being able to be tackled and he's like a bowling ball, was he was really good at following his blocks.
Yes,
he's really good at just following people and making bad angles for the defenders. So if he keeps that up in the pros,
bowling ball.
He's a smart bowling ball.
He's a self-aware bowling ball.
Nothing is more dangerous.
It's just like the prophecy had foretold.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you guys bought my statement, but I don't buy my statement for the Seahawks either. So,
I mean, hey, aren't they 2 years removed from being in the NFC Championship against the 49ers and narrowly lost that game? That was a good matchup.
I don't think they're not a bad team by any means. I still believe they're a decent team. I just think that I think the Niners are the clear favorite, and the Rams are probably second. So it's just what's in
Ooh,
their
that's a
division.
hot
It's the
take.
hurdle.
I don't
Okay.
think
think
that's
so?
a hot take.
I
at
would've
all.
had the
think
Rams-
The Niners are the clear favorite, and the Rams are the clear second.
You think so?
The Rams are the clear second.
The Rams, their ceiling may be higher than Seattle, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like either of those teams. It just depends on who stays healthier.
Yeah, it's all about health.
Unless Geno Smith really did get spooked when Aaron Donald tried to kill him last year. Did you guys hear that? That was the best soundbite of the entire season.
That was one of the sound. Yeah. That
Oh,
was
my
the best
lord.
sound
Oh
bite.
my God! He's like screams, and the hot mic picked it up as Aaron Donald's running to kill him. Like,
I mean, the
To be
Cardinals
fair-
clearly come in last. Clearly,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I don't think
this
that
isn't
the
their year
Seahawks
yet.
have a better record than the Rams. I
No,
don't
if the Cardinals are on the way up, it's still going to
they
take
need
some
more.
time.
They
Yeah.
need more pieces.
Yes.
And
They
Kyler
can't get
Murray's
much
just
further
a tiny
down than
little.
what they got last
Kyler
year.
Murray's just a
No,
tiny
they
little
can't.
baby of a quarterback. He's like a little bite-sized Smurf quarterback.
Out of all the bite-sized quarterbacks, I'd rather have him than Bryce Young.
Oh, he's faster.
yes, because Bryce Young just isn't exciting.
No, Kyler Murray is exciting.
Kyler Murray is yes, he's a little energy ball.
He's a little energy ball. He gets upset.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
Cool. That was great.
On to the
Um,
next division.
Because now there are only 3 left in the Wheel of Destiny, I might just randomize it in general, but I am going to spin it for the sound.
Oh
to see if
no,
we
we're
get it.
still
Wait,
spinning.
wait.
Spin it.
It's time for the next division. Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
gonna. Yeah, that's fine. I'll move the things around. Actually, we got one, you guys.
If you got- What is
We
it?
got-
AFC West. Did we just do that?
Ooh.
No, we didn't.
Ooh.
Well, we got a little
I'm gonna get the
taste of
Broncos,
that
aren't I?
tonight with the Chiefs here.
I know
All
I'm gonna
right,
get the
but let's-
Broncos.
Let's see what you get. I hope you got the Broncos. Come on,
Oh, please get the
Broncos.
Broncos.
Ah, god damn it! You got the Chiefs. Fuck you.
I got the Chiefs! Oh my god!
Ah.
Fuck
mean-
you.
Patrick Mahomes. Next topic.
All right, guys, we just saved some time. Let's move on.
I mean,
Do I need to
So-
say anything else? They're the fucking defending the Super Bowl champions. They're
two-time
Now, do I
defending
think-
Super Bowl champions.
they're 2-time. Do I think they're
Yes.
gonna three-peat? I don't think they're gonna three-peat, but they're definitely gonna win the division. I mean, who are they? The Broncos, you know, and then Sean Payton's glory, who believes that in Bo Nix, whatever. They'll beat them easily. The Raiders, I mean, Gardner Minshew is their starting quarterback right now. Next. And but
Samir
now
White.
the Chargers is with Jim Harbaugh. It will be an interesting matchup. However, Justin Herbert doesn't really have anyone to throw to, and they have Greg Roman as their offensive coordinator, so they're just going to run the ball all the time.
Yeah.
The Kansas
Keenan
City still
Allen
has a
got
very
there
good
just at the right
defense, although they don't have Snead anymore. They still have a pretty good defense, and then again, they have Patrick Mahomes, and they
and
have
also probably the most.
they have
receivers
Rasheed Rice.
probably the
as long
most
as he's not running
receivers he's
over
ever had.
anyone. Yeah,
Right.
they have Hollywood Brown. They got Worthy.
They got Taylor
still have
Swift.
Mecole Hardman. They got Taylor Swift. I mean, you can't go against Taylor Swift, right?
I just saw Isaiah Pacheco run through like maybe 6 or 7 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say this. My 9-month-old baby crawls like Isaiah Pacheco runs. It's hilarious.
He does. He's a clumper.
Yeah, he's a clomper, and he crawls like he hates the ground.
You need to
Like,
get that on video.
Oh, it's
It does.
I will. Yeah, it's
It
oh
does.
he
It's ama- it
he
is
crosses the
amazing.
room.
Side
in-
by side comparison of the.
He's
Yes.
also very
oh, I
fast.
should. He crosses the room in seconds now. It's kind of scary.
I did
But you
have
hear
a
him
lot
coming the
of,
whole way. It's like
I did have a lot of like horror movie thoughts when I was watching him just like move across the floor very fast like a little baby monster.
it's really fast now. Yeah,
Yeah, it was awesome.
but it's loud and with authority, just like Pacheco runs. Okay, anyway, thought that was funny.
Did that dude just slap the ball out of the end zone so they didn't get the penalty on the kickoff on the punt? He totally did. That's amazing.
No, he tried to catch it.
No, it's a fucking punt. He's not
just
allowed
bad
to
at
catch
catching.
it. No, it's a fucking
No,
punt.
they're punting it right now.
Oh no, it happened already.
I'm behind.
Oh,
Y'all
guess I'm behind.
All right. Seriously though, more words. We have like a lot.
oh,
of time
yes, he
left.
did do that. He did do that on purpose.
A lot of time left.
Unfortunately, he stepped in the end zone first. Anyway, yeah, who's gonna disagree with me?
No one, because they're definitely going to win a lot of games.
I mean,
this
the
year.
Chargers are often a thorn.
Chargers
in
are gonna
KC's
be the
side.
interesting-
They will always
yeah.
they'll always sneak out one win
Jim
against Kansas
Harbaugh
City.
knows how to win. He does.
But I haven't seen it And Herbert, I keep believing that he's an elite quarterback, and it just still ends up being the same result every year.
His problem is usually the fourth quarter where he makes a really dumb choice.
Yeah.
But I don't know that that's going to much matter anymore that Harbaugh's there, because you're right. They're going to run a lot. So he'll throw 12, 15 times a game.
And he'll
I'm
be
not
coached
100%
better.
sure that was really on Herbert, because he would do like a go ahead drive, and then the defense would just give up the.
Oh no, I watched
Hmm.
Chargers because they're like my third team or fourth team. I'm not even sure anymore. And yeah, it was like you could set your watch to it. Fourth quarter, here comes
Who's
a
your
Herbert
30th favorite team?
30th favorite team.
Chiefs. I only have 4 or 5 teams.
We'll see what happens with the Chargers. I mean, Jim Harbaugh he's just a wild card, man.
Well, let's just have some fun with the division, since clearly they're going to win. But who do we think that the best quarterback out of the draft is going to be? Do we think that Jaden Daniels is going to stay on the top? Do you think Bo Nix?
Oh, we're not even going to talk about the AFC West anymore.
No, but I mean, no, we're talking about Bo Nix. Bo Nix did very well in the preseason. Bo Nix is looking very good. He won the job handily.
I mean, for Denver fans, I hope he's good, because they deserve a decent quarterback, right? Like, since Peyton Manning,
that is the quarterback that Sean Payton coveted for months.
It might not be the sexiest pick in the draft or for fantasy or anything like that, but he can win games.
Yes.
And you're right. The Broncos, if they can build around him, maybe that's enough to be the spoiler.
Right. And so Josh Reynolds and Cortland Sutton, and I mean, they have targets. Javonte Williams is finally healthy again. Javonte's a beast.
I think he'll be really good this year.
I hope so.
I really do. I think he's one more year removed from his injury. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. It's
surprising
that
other good running backs there too.
Yeah, it's surprising that Jerry Jeudy didn't really quite do well there. I mean, we'll see what he does in Cleveland. And
they were kind of bad in those years because they didn't really have a quarterback.
And Patrick Surtain the second, he just got signed to the largest cornerback deal ever.
Wow.
Jerry Jeudy made his own mistakes, though. He would get a touchdown and then it would get reviewed and his feet weren't quite in or whatever. Like, for the guy who was supposed to be the most pro-ready or the best route runner in the class, he was a pretty big disappointment. I mean, Steve Smith called him out as a jag, basically, and he got his panties in a bunch, and it's like, well, show me something else.
I had high hopes for him, too, coming out of
To be fair, he's no Ryan Leaf or Jamarcus Russell, though.
Well, no. I mean, that's... Yeah.
Wow, I just put a downer on by
you killed everybody.
Jamarcus Russell.
Just had disappointment just floating through my brain.
Are you guys best friends with Jamarcus Russell? And I
was reading something about Marvin Mims. I got distracted.
He's right behind you.
So the Chargers. Oh, okay. Edwards, Dobbins. I was just trying to look at who they had.
What's even funnier is the fact that not only do they have the old Ravens offensive coordinator, they have 2 former Ravens running backs in J.K. Dobbins and.
I was going to say. Yeah, I was going to say those were Ravens before, right? Because they lost
Harbaugh.
They lost Eckler.
I guess that's what Harbaugh is trying to do. I'm just going to build my brother's team.
I mean, he's like, right? Who did you like on your team? He's like, well, I like Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. I mean,
I'm pleased that those guys got out of Baltimore so that they didn't have to fight with King Henry for the ball.
They just had too many running backs in Baltimore, but it makes sense because all of them would always tear their ACLs, which brings me back to preemptive ACL robot surgery.
Mandatory steroids, mandatory cyborg parts.
Yep.
Weapons.
Well, they reloaded in Baltimore.
Maybe?
Yes.
The youngs and the Chargers will take all the olds.
I love it.
The olds.
Oh,
the olds. That's where they go. Why not get some sun in California and your wrinkled old skin with the Harbaughs?
Fair weather team.
It's true, actually. Ooh.
All right. So
are we moving on?
Yeah,
it
sounds like they're not good enough to beat the Chiefs. Chiefs are gonna win their 3rd Super Bowl. Taylor Swift's gonna write a whole album about it.
No, they're not gonna win their 3rd Super Bowl.
It's gonna be amazing, and
I don't think they're gonna win their 3rd Super Bowl.
Cry in a corner.
They're gonna dominate that division.
Why can't the Ravens beat the Chiefs?
Because the Chiefs are very good at football.
Are the Ravens not good at football?
They are, but just not in the playoffs.
Chiefs are just better. Chiefs are just more better.
Or in this game in particular that we're watching right now.
Yeah, they just don't seem to have it for some reason against them. I don't know why.
I mean, so the Ravens, though, they've lost a few key personnel this season, haven't they? We didn't really get to talk about them too much in the North because I was touting for the
Patrick
Browns the whole time.
Queen to the Steelers,
Queen
but they
was
got
a
a young
big,
guy in
yeah.
Trenton Simpson coming in.
I was like, who did
I mean,
they
not
lose?
really.
That
I mean,
that would
they lost
weaken them?
their number one corner too because he's just
Hmm.
old. I don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
forget what
Marlon
his name
Humphrey's
is.
still there. He's their number one corner, and then
I mean,
there's
you look
Oh,
at
I
this
was
team,
thinking
I
Marlon-
don't
oh, he-
necessarily think they're playing badly. They're just getting outplayed
Yeah.
by a better team.
It's just the Chiefs, yeah.
It's just the Chiefs.
it might just be that, but
I think this is a
sad.
comment on how good the Chiefs are going to be this year. They're beating
Yeah.
a team that is good. I mean, really good.
Yeah, I could still see the Ravens getting to 12 wins, no
Just
problem. even
remember
if they start
the
with a
Eagles
loss.
looked very good week 1 too. Sorry,
They would
Jeff.
look good through week 10 or 11, and
They
then
did.
Why you
They
gotta
did.
cut
suddenly
it, dude?
weren't.
Why you gotta fuck around and find out, Mark?
I
Seriously.
did say
man.
that I think the Eagles are going to bounce back.
All right, we need to move
All
on.
right, I appreciate that. Fly Eagles fly.
So, I think from what is remaining on the Wheel of Destiny, and everything is working out, I'm
can still spin it.
going to graciously take the NFC South so that Pete can have the AFC East.
No. Don't make me end up having to like vouch for the Patriots or the
I'm gonna
Jets
do
or the
it.
Dolphins.
I'm gonna do it.
No, please don't.
No, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna
Don't
happen.
break the game.
So we're gonna rig the game. There's only 2 left.
No. It's not that. John just didn't want to have to say that like the AFC East, so he might get the Jets, and then he'd have to say something good about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you're
So I have Brees Hall in my redraft this year. So.
that'd be the most fun though.
All right,
That would
there's
be more-
8
that would be
okay,
more fun.
Okay.
Who'd you
okay.
get?
No, there's 8 teams left. There's 8.
Yeah.
We're gonna spin the wheel for fun because I need the noise.
Oh,
There's
you're
8
just gonna randomize out of the 8 teams?
randomize out of the 8 teams. We're gonna spin the wheel for fun.
Okay.
The wheel is spun. We're gonna look at the We're gonna look at the record.
And now the
Nothing means anything anymore.
The ceremonious spinning of the
The
wheel.
wheel has turned into John. The wheel's turned into John's fidget spinner.
Amazing.
Yes, it's fine. We're gonna randomize of 8. We're gonna show it for collusion.
The rattling noise calms me.
Wait, there we go. See, 1 of 8. All right.
Random
we're gonna press the
generator.
button.
Okay.
We got team number 6. All right.
Okay.
Team number 6 out of the NFC.
We should have been showing this for all of them, by the way. How do we know that all these other ones were not just
All right,
set up?
The NFC South and the AFC East. Team number 6 is in the NFC South. Sorry, Pete. Because that's the order I've been doing it in. It is the God damn it, the Carolina Panthers.
Yes, this is what you get. It's instant karma.
Young Bryce Young,
Yay, chaos!
entertain us, Jonathan.
Hold on, I don't even know who's on the Carolina Panthers.
Bryce
Exactly.
Young is,
Well, okay.
and
Who cares?
Jonathan Mingo.
They're gonna apparently upset the entire league and win their division.
So
Ferguson?
here's the deal, you guys. Bryce Young got knee surgery last year and has grown 6 full inches. It's a true story. Definitely happened.
Tall?
This is the child's show, yeah, or
Yeah,
front
because he
family
was a little
show.
baby child, and it was very hard to
was.
be a quarterback when he was a baby child. And now he's not a baby child anymore. And actually, to talk seriously about the Carolina Panthers, they really are doubling down on Bryce Young, going out and getting Adam Thielen, going out and getting Deontay Johnson, who is not a bad wide receiver.
Well, they had
Totally not
Thielen last year, but he was like the only one they had.
Totally
So
not
now
a
they-
bad wide receiver, Deontay Johnson. Jonathan Mingo. What's his face?
They drafted Leggett.
They drafted-
who's very
well, no,
promising
they
wide receiver.
Drafted
No, Jonathan
They
Brooks.
drafted Jonathan Brooks, who is unfortunately going to start the season on PUP. But
Oh, I know.
as week 4 comes, he is the number 1 running back drafted. So he will take the job from Chubba Hubbard, who has the best name in football. So that's
Yeah.
got to mean
Chubba
something.
Hubbard.
That's got to mean something.
Gonna keep me down.
That's got to mean something. I don't know. I think that the Panthers were pretty disappointing last season because Bryce Young, number 1 pick in the NFL draft, right? They thought he was going to be the guy, and CJ was like, "No, I'm the guy." Actually,
Who's the head coach of Carolina?
somebody bad.
Some guy.
The former offensive coordinator from the Bucks, Dave Cannolis? I don't know.
I
his
got
name.
you.
Dave Cannolis.
Amazing. Dave.
I love his food.
You know what?
That
Whatever
sounds
it is,
like,
Cannolis is better.
These depth charts that I found do not show coaching
yes,
staff.
Dave Canales hires the head coach
Cornhole.
this
Steve
year in
McClung.
January, becoming the 7th coach in history because
Does
obviously,
he know how to make cannolis?
obviously as the Carolina Panthers, if you go through as many quarterbacks and as many head coaches as you can, you'll obviously be better.
Eventually, you'll find one that works.
That's
Yeah,
how
they-
it works, right?
Yeah.
They
That's
did
what the
try
Bills
Baker
did for 20
Mayfield.
years.
They tried Baker Mayfield for a while.
I'm surprised that I guess
that
it
worked
just
out really
didn't
well.
Baker
work out 'cause they
Mayfield is
just
a
didn't have enough
starter
around.
right now. He just got $100 million.
Mayfield's doing very, very fine in Tampa right now.
How the fuck did that happen? How is Baker Mayfield good at football? Is the Tampa scheme just that good?
I thought Mayfield
The
was
Tampa
always
wide
good.
receivers
are that good.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
got Godwin, you got Evans.
Yeah, you're right. That's like Evans is 1,000-yard receiver every single year. He's like, there are only a handful of those guys, right?
Yeah.
Right.
His
He's
catch
just,
radius is Tampa Bay.
it's massive.
It's huge, yeah.
Blake
Right,
Bortles.
him and Keenan
Same
Allen
feet, too, I
just
think.
like set the bar higher and higher for like ageless wonder wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
the
do
starting defensive tackle for Carolina, his name is Shai Tuttle.
They also have Michael Jackson on defense.
Well, they have Derek Brown.
Oh,
on
they got
defense, who is
Jadavion
not a-
Clowney.
who's not a joke. Clowney.
Oh, is that
They
where
do
he
have
went?
Clowney.
And they got Shaq Thompson, the previously
No.
mentioned Shaq Thompson.
Oh yes.
Well, then
Isn't he?
Super Bowl or bust, baby.
That's right. I remember when they made such a big deal out of, was Clowney a Houston draft pick back in the day? He was the number 1 overall pick.
He was.
They made a big deal about him getting drafted. They were like, he's
Oh, that's
gonna
right.
be
They
like,
have J.C. Horn too. He's
he'll be like the next
Joe
Reggie
Horn.
White.
He's related to Joe Horn, right?
Yeah.
Former Saint wide receiver.
I mean, let's
Do you-
be real. Let's be real. The Panthers aren't going to win the division, but also the NFC South is a very bad division. So who's going to win it?
Falcons.
Wait a second. They have Andy Dalton just
I don't
stashed on the
believe
bench
the
as a
Falcons
backup
yet.
for the Panthers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just hanging
Because
out. Like
Andy Dalton's
he's,
bad at football now.
he's still better than Bryce Young.
I mean, maybe not.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of capital on him. They're not going to.
I mean,
give up.
he's
They're not going to
he's
just give
definitely
up on 1.1 after one bad season.
Yeah,
Andy
Yeah,
Dalton
you
definitely
gotta-
has more red hair than Bryce Young.
he does. He wins in that category by a lot.
So
Yeah, you don't have a choice. You have
the
to play
Falcons are
Bryce
gonna-
Young. You drafted him 101.
yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know.
So
It
the
doesn't matter
Falcons
who's
are going to
better
figure
anymore.
out how to
That's true.
not waste Bijan Robinson. This is what we think. Baker Mayfield's good at football, so the Bucs are going to be very good.
Yep.
Derek Carr is still in New Orleans.
He is.
That's
that's all we
something.
need to know about New Orleans.
That's something. No, but I mean,
he's
like,
still there.
yeah, he's still there. Michael Thomas is still there. Like, they have football
Michael
players.
Thomas, yeah, but
I don't-
speaking of,
Kamara's out of jail. I think
Michael Thomas, I think, is suspended
out of
right
jail.
now.
Yeah, I think Michael Thomas.
Kamara's out of jail. So that's
Michael Thomas
good.
needs to retire, dude. He's been
Yeah,
injured
Michael
more than
Thomas.
not.
Wait. I think did Kamara get signed? Because he was on a
He's
holdout.
back.
He's back.
back.
He's out of jail.
I think
He's
he was
fine.
holding in,
Holy
which
shit.
sounds
He's-
like a poop thing.
Because
but
of his
yeah.
ankle
Aw.
monitor.
Please don't arrest me.
Please don't arrest me.
Oh,
I
he
didn't
wasn't
beat up-
holding out. He was just
I
on
didn't beat
house
up too many.
arrest.
I didn't beat up too many guys. Yes, you did.
I feel like if
Actually-
you try to make the case for the Panthers to win, you just cannot because anybody else in that division is better than them. Just
Because the
anybody.
NFC South is just so good at football.
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
just they're
just
that
slightly
bad.
better.
So
I don't know that
cramming
the
for
Panthers
this-
are any better this year.
Yeah.
Are
I
they?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the NFC South has the most divisional winners that finish below 500,
It's the worst.
like in
division.
NFL history.
Lately, yes. Maybe of all time, I don't know.
I would go out on a limb and say that
It's very possible.
because I
And
can't
even
think
if
of another
Jonathan
division.
Brooks comes back in week 5 when he's off the
Oh,
pup,
the Giants still
is that
Spider
going to
Burns.
be that big a difference, really? A guy coming off injury as a rookie and is,
Yeah, I
is
know.
that going to change the whole
He
thing?
was it was a knee injury too, right?
Yeah, it was
Think so.
many new CLs.
Well, yeah, he's another one that needs all the CLs.
All the
all the
CLs.
CLs. And the Giants stole Spider Burns, which makes me very happy. I was actually very happy about that.
Spider Burns. I like that.
Brian Burns probably top.
Oh, Primers. I thought you said Spider Burns.
His nickname is Spider.
Wait,
No, it is
he
Spider.
does
Okay.
he does the Spider-Man pose.
Spider Burns. Spider Burns. Okay.
No, the Panthers are a train wreck for David Tepper and all that has happened since he's been there with
Yeah.
so many head coaches in such a short amount of time. I just did a
God.
video not that long ago on
That
it where
man does not know how to run a franchise.
they've gotten rid of their best wide receiver in DJ Moore. They got rid of their best defender in Brian Burns. They got rid of their best running back in Christian McCaffrey. They just keep jettisoning good players, and they've got nothing for it.
I don't understand that. Yeah.
We gave them pretty much like a
They got
hot
Bryce
dog for
Young.
Brian.
They
Yeah,
did,
pretty much a
right,
hot
and
dog
that's
for
why
Brian.
They
They
could have had
lost
Caleb
DJ Moore.
Williams.
They could have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have had Caleb Williams.
Right.
That would have
Just-
changed everything.
Yep. Just wait one more year.
Yeah.
So I was cramming for this whole thing by listening to a bunch of 1 hour long, of course I played it at like 1.5 times speed, podcasts from Check the Mic. They're two pro football focus guys that did a really cool football podcast. So they were going, each division was like an hour, and a cute thing they did at the end of each thing was like, of each team was their best case scenario and worst case scenario. For the Panthers, the best case scenario was that it was a slightly feel good story where like they didn't embarrass themselves. But yeah, basically I don't think it's going to happen for the division for those guys.
Ooh, I missed.
And
the
I still
Ravens
like their
scoring a
coach
touchdown.
too. I think there's maybe some optimism for the future with their coach, but
There is, but it's all on Bryce Young. Like he has to develop. He has to be something good. Is he going to make it?
I still don't really know that he is going to be a turnaround story.
Probably not. He's not he shouldn't have been the number one pick.
No, and I mean, I said last year, but when I came on your show, that C.J. Stroud was probably my favorite, and
that turned out pretty good.
We didn't know which Bryce Young we were going to get. I saw 2 different Bryce Youngs between his senior year and his junior year, and I just
remember,
didn't know which one was going to end up coming into the NFL.
Yeah, and
I just remember watching the preseason.
We find out that was dependent on the wide receivers that he had, right?
Yeah, but like even in preseason, wasn't there kind of like an moment? Like this doesn't look good.
It doesn't look like he belongs on the field. That's for sure.
Yeah, like Anthony Richardson preseason was exciting. Like I remember taking interest in watching those quarterbacks that year. Stroud I actually didn't get to see, but it didn't matter because once we saw him in the regular season, he was tearing it up.
Yeah.
But between Richardson and Bryce Young and Levitz, it was like
Bryce Young doesn't have anyone to throw the ball to.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this is like the total like give up your gift to buy a gift for your friend who then gave up their gift to buy one for you, and then neither of you end up with anything. It's like they gave up DJ Moore, their number one receiver, to get Bryce Young. Bryce Young could really use DJ Moore as a receiver to throw to, but they gave him up to get Bryce Young.
Yes, for sure. I mean,
and you're right. I like Xavier Legette. I think he has a lot of potential, and Deontay Johnson actually is a very good wide receiver.
I wanted the Bills to draft him.
Don't really know that I trust Young to get the ball to him.
I know. Yeah, he was one of those where I was like, okay, the Bills have traded down. They've traded Xavier Worthy to the Chiefs, who's already like got 10 touchdowns in this game. Stupid. Yeah. But they're like, okay, you know what? You've made it to the second round now. You got picks. Get Legette. No, Keon Coleman. Like, okay. All right. At least he made a cool, funny jacket joke about buying a yellow parka.
I love how Pete always somehow swings the topic over to the Bills.
This is
never
just
fails. Never fails, Pete. I love
it's when I'm salty. I'm sorry, Mark. I can't help it.
Salty.
I can't help it.
Speaking of salt, I'm going to talk about when the whole city of Buffalo dug out Josh Allen's in the snowstorm.
That was amazing. What an amazing
Actually, Josh
story.
Allen dug everybody else out of the snowstorm. What are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding.
All right, Pete, it's time.
Okay. For the AFC East, who am I rooting? Wait. Who am I pushing for now?
Oh, okay.
I actually think the Bills should be exempt from this list.
No.
I need to push somebody
John,
else.
aren't you talking about something else?
Oh.
That. I think you don't have any mic, Mark.
No.
No, he's got
you do.
it.
Okay.
Oh, I know. It's the fun show.
Oh.
Oh, no.
It might clipped.
Clipped. All right.
Let me try it again.
Yeah, lean back really far when you do it.
It's the final division.
We got most of it.
1 through 4. Wait. Come on. Back out. There we go. There it is. All right. We're
generate. Good. What did it generate?
4. Numero dos. Which is...
That doesn't help us.
Numero dos.
There's no number 2 team.
No, there always is a number 2 team.
If we're going last year's
standings, work for?
It is the Miami Dolphins, according to the thing that I have been using all night. So
they will lose the division, and I hate them. We're done with the show. Everybody, have a good night. Okay, I actually have to take this seriously. So the Miami Dolphins, they are the track star team, right? If they can
Greatest
figure
show
out
on surf.
They are on surf. I love that. So let's go back to last year. They scored 70 points in a game. When's the last time that happened?
They did. They're very
When I
fast.
played Madden.
Right. It seriously looks like a video game. They have the potential to play so fast and score so incredibly quickly. They have Mike McCarthy, who's an offensive kind of a mastermind. They have a lot of gimmicks, a lot of tricks, a lot of speed. They can get up and roll up a score on you really quickly before you even know what's coming. I mean,
Now it's Mike McDaniel.
yes, now we're up to Mike McDaniel. Yes, the silly coach with glasses who's like snarky, and I love him and hate him at the same time. Just that kind of guy. So I didn't realize they have OBJ in the team now, just buried in the depth chart because they don't need him
because he's always hurt.
Yeah, but like they've got Waddle and Hill still, so who cares? If H.N. can stay healthy, he's a phenomenally fast running back. Mostert, who is also still the fastest running, but like everybody's the fastest on their team, right? Speed, speed, speed. The problem is last season, and I think even the season before, teams kind of figure them out where their bag of tricks runs out and they're like, uh-oh. And suddenly they look mortal when they get to December. Right. They're in Miami. They're used to having their stadium where they're like, we'll just cook the other team alive, which is what happens to a lot of the visiting teams because they conveniently make their stadium where the other team roasts in the sun at 130 degrees and Miami's in the nice, cool 85 degree shade. So when it gets to December, they lose that weapon. So can they hang on and still produce? Like Tua, I think, is a good quarterback. I think he's very underrated. And a lot of ADP in fantasy this year, I noticed he was way low. It's like, do you know how many numbers they came up with early in the season? If they can sustain that for an entire year and actually pull off a playoff game, maybe they get a dome. I could see them being very dangerous. The Bills, who have won the division the last 3 years at least, are vulnerable right now. They've lost a lot of players. They've lost a lot of defense. It's in the division, Mark. Your mic turned, I think.
You didn't turn him off. Are you sure?
No, I did not. No, but what I'm saying is that leaves the hole for Miami to take it, right? This is the year where the Bills are going to take a back seat. And I think it's between Miami and the Jets to have a legitimate chance to steal this division.
Shut the fuck up. The Jets are fucking horrible.
Right. And this is where I'm getting at. So it's Miami and the Jets until Aaron Rodgers breaks his other Achilles heel.
I don't think they're better with Aaron Rodgers. Everybody's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is back. Aaron Rodgers is 100 fucking years old, man.
Yeah, but as a pure passer, he's still probably the top 5 in the league.
How do you know he hasn't passed in 2 years?
Doesn't matter.
He hasn't thrown the ball in a full year.
Mark's laughing hysterically here. Wait, I still can't hear you.
Well, I'm laughing silently. That's why.
Oh, okay.
God, Jesus Christ.
I thought your mic was unplugged again. But
hopefully, for Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson's sake,
I feel bad for those two players.
Happens in
They're great,
New York.
Right. They have some really nice skill players on the Jets. Unfortunately, they're the Jets, and they have Aaron Rodgers. So I think this is Miami's division for the taking this year, and I hate it's like poison coming out of my mouth saying this. Like my mouth
Robert Saleh
tastes
took
gross saying this.
That Jets truck that was on the up, and he crashed into the fucking Hudson, and then he lit it on fire.
So wait, this is like the episode of The Office where...
Wait. That was not Robert Saleh's fault. Okay? That was Aaron Rodgers. It was Aaron Rodgers' fault because he's like, I want all these former Packers on my team right now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You don't
Robert Saleh's not drafting an offensive line either. It's
Jesus Christ.
No, he's not.
You don't just have to listen to him because his name is Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
We have backed the fuck into this.
Okay,
My God.
so the Patriots are completely resetting. It's the first year without Belichick. I don't expect anything from them. It's fine. They get a free pass this year. Just go have fun, play football, learn new things, try something different.
Bad.
The Jets they have Aaron Rodgers who's going to explode.
Poor Drake didn't even win the job. All the other rookies won the job.
Because they don't want him to die.
Yeah. And Drake's like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
They don't want him to pull an Aaron Rodgers and get killed by the terrible offensive line.
Yep. Everybody under the sun and every ESPN and like Pro Football Focus and God knows what other like analyst group are saying the Bills they hate the Bills now, so they're done. They've lost everybody. So this is the year for Miami, I guess. You know, it's like the war of attrition here. It's like they have the young, fast team, and everybody else is aged out or ran out of juice. I mean, the Jets are their biggest move is to get a 40-year-old guy who's, you know, days are numbered in the NFL. So I don't know. Tell me if Tua can put together a couple seasons here together without getting injured.
Does Tua play a full season?
He did last year. He was fine.
He was fine.
Can he do 2 years in a row?
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, as long as
he's on the record as like
any more concussions.
All that shit that he did to like avoid getting sacked and whatever like that. Like he kind of said, I don't need to do that this year.
He's just as likely as, you know, Hurts or anybody else, even Allen, to do a complete 17 games, really. So
sure.
He could miss a game or two and still have a phenomenal season, still make the playoffs, still win a playoff game.
I've always thought of, Tua is like he is the French fry to like the ketchup, right? He's just the vessel to.
He's like a Jared Goff.
Yeah, right. He's the distributor.
Yeah.
Like Goff is nothing special, but you get the right talent around him and they're just quick, decisive, accurate, short and medium passes to these speed demons that
exactly. You just throw it out there at your receivers that are like 10 yards past anyone else. Then
sure,
you're gonna get a lot of touchdowns.
I mean, Tyreek Hill challenged Noah Lyles to a 100-meter dash race, which is like that's balls to go after the 100.
I hate to be the bearer. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Worthy just scored another touchdown.
Fucking A.
Oh my god!
Freaking Chiefs.
Sorry, Pete.
What? Just go win another Super Bowl. Please, 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 Travis Kelce. Like, make a bunch of, I don't know, like get married to Taylor Swift. Like, walk off into the sunset. Have a happy life. Please leave me alone.
I mean, it's not even him anymore. He's
okay.
It's still him.
How many games is Aaron Rodgers going to play this year?
Over under 2?
So like,
I bet he gets through 3 or 4 games.
I have a question. Is it like a pitcher? If he gets through like a quarter, does he get like 0.1 games or like 0.25 games?
I don't know. He plays a game. He plays a game.
No, but like if
he
only
plays
gets
1
through,
second of a game.
Let's say 1 second.
1 second.
1 second. Because I was gonna say 0.5 because I think he might make it to a half this season.
So he's gonna die by halftime. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I think he plays 10.
Yeah, the O line's a little better this year.
Okay, that's a lot more.
I think he plays a lot of
optimistic.
those games injured.
No, he might.
But what about the magic? What about the magical potion, Jeff?
I don't believe in the magical potion.
But we saw
he had it. We saw
he had it.
We saw the potion.
He spilt it.
He didn't show me.
There is video of him carrying a decanter of something on the sidelines and dropping it and it falling and it being like a Legend of Zelda potion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he bump into somebody and it like fell out of his satchel or bag or whatever?
But I don't think it was
no
a
one was
Legend
supposed
of
to see
Zelda
that
potion.
But it looked like a potion.
It was a potion.
I swear to God, if you took like
what makes it a potion? Was it bubbling?
No,
yes!
it was
just
the spherical decanter. Like if you cut and paste that in Photoshop and put it in like in the inventory screen in the Legend of Zelda, you'd never know that it was swapped with the one Aaron Rodgers had.
True story.
I'm just saying there are weird bottles out there and they're not all potions. So
they're potions.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
This one had to be a potion.
The man went on a darkness retreat.
Yeah.
So Mark, as much as you accuse me as always bring everything back to the Bills, we always bring everything back to Aaron Rodgers being a garbage human.
Garbage human.
There are a few
Welcome
consistent
to
things
seven,
in this show.
I'm all for you bringing it back to the Bills, and I'm definitely all for bringing it to Aaron Rodgers because I love to see John get all like angry about it.
Oh my God, I know.
I mean, one question to bring it back to what I usually talk about.
Okay.
Do we think that the Jets curse is going to be like so that they're going to be a worse team than the Patriots?
No. The Patriots are going to not win a game.
This is
but they're not going to make the playoffs.
No, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think the Jets will be somewhere around the 500 mark.
Yeah.
It's
I-
not a curse. It's
And I mean,
self-inflicted wounds.
I give
I still
Miami.
think that the Bills are going to be very good, but not as good as Miami. I think Miami's going to win the division. The Bills are going to come in second. Hopefully for Pete, the Bills get a wild card slot.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy with a wild card this year. Honestly,
I think that
like,
I feel
mean,
that's what's going to happen.
They still have Josh Allen. I mean, and Josh Allen is closer to Patrick Mahomes than he is to Jared Goff, right? Like he still makes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
A lot of people
He
are
is,
saying
he is.
Allen's the number 2 in the league. If you like, I mean, if you combine passing and running, he's
I
not
think
the
he
second
is.
best passer, but he's definitely the second best overall. If you include
Yeah,
like
100%. He was.
I mean,
the
he was
top
taking
fantasy quarterback last year.
That's
right?
what I was
By
about to say.
far.
But he's either first or second in fantasy QB since 2020 or 2019. I don't know. 2020 was the ridiculous year.
Yeah.
That was like 5,000 yards passing and 45 touchdowns and 1,000 yards running or whatever.
The guys on the staff are fine if Josh Allen is your quarterback, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
Keon Coleman,
they'll make it work.
Keon Coleman
It
is
just-
big, right? That's good. He's big. And
But he's
You still got
slow-
Kincaid and Shakir.
Yes.
Right.
Who knows what's
yeah.
going to happen with Curtis Samuel?
Yeah, that's the one X
isn't
factor. I
Curtis
feel like.
Samuel 100?
No, he's not that old. He's like upper 20s.
28.
That's
20,
like
yeah.
100.
I mean,
But so
but-
my prediction though for the division, right? Miami wins 10 or 11. They win the division. The John stuck me with this one. I have to. I'm sorry. I apologize to Buffalo fans for this. I have to play by the rules. The Bills,
Guys made me do Dallas.
I give 9 to
I don't
10
have
wins.
forgiveness in my heart.
Right. They'll narrowly miss winning the division, but they have a good shot at a wild card. If a few other teams implode this year and some other divisions. Jets, I give. How many wins did the Jets get? It depends on how
None.
long Aaron Rodgers lasts.
No, it doesn't.
8 wins.
well,
frustrating
their backup
season.
is Tyrod now, right? Tyrod Taylor.
I like Tyrod. That's
So,
a
I
lot.
mean,
That's a lot
it's-
better than Zach Wilson.
Exactly. It's not quite as dramatic a drop in
Yeah.
their backup
A left-handed Brett
situation
Favre
now.
would be better than Zach Wilson.
Yes, and the Patriots, it's like have fun, win 3 or 4, and then we'll see you next year.
I mean, the Jets won 7 with Zach Wilson last year,
Yeah, one of them. Yeah,
It wasn't because of him though.
no.
but it wasn't. It was in spite of him.
They
He
have
was on the
Right, but I'm
team,
saying
doesn't mean
like
because of
Xavier
Wilson.
Wilson in the or Xavier Gibson in the first one, returning that kick, like that's what won that one. It was magical stuff. There was
Yeah.
magic.
I
There
feel
was
like the Jets now
literal
are
magic
like
in the air.
yeah, like the Jets now are like the Raiders from the 70s and 80s, where they're just like this, like these punks, right? Like these pirates. Like it's this legendary defense that's just mean and really good, and it's just getting wasted because you can never put it together on offense.
Jesus,
But, like,
The movie The Warriors.
Sauce
when they all
Gardner's so
gathered.
good.
Yeah. But it's like the Jets drag every team, no matter how good they are, down to their level and like into the mud pit, and they just roll around in there. Ugh. All right. Anyway, I'm done with this. I can't argue this anymore.
Look, I'm
John,
out.
what do you think? What do you think? Who's going to win the division? AFC.
I think that I said it. I think the Dolphins are going to win the division. I think they're going to end. They were 11-6 last year. They'll probably end 11-12 wins, and I think the Bills will be slightly worse than that.
Jeff, what about you?
I am convinced. Dolphins.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think the Jets and the Panthers are going to be bad.
And I agree with
I
Pete.
agree with the
think
Panthers.
Or the
The
Panthers,
Bills
the
could get
Patriots.
the wild card as well.
Yeah,
They could. Yeah. Right. It is going to be hard, though. The AFC is stacked. Like, it's a really, really tough conference.
Patriots
Yeah, it
still have a
is.
pretty good defense, so I think they're gonna do better than most people think they are. Like they're
They
gonna win
lost
a few
Judon,
games.
though. Yeah. They'll
I know
win
they
their-
lost that's a big loss to the pass
That's a
rush.
tough
The
one.
Patriots are not
What do you
gonna
hang
be
your
good.
hat on with the Patriots though? Like what? Who?
Who?
Who are you hanging your hat on with the Patriots though? To be like, well,
I mean,
this is
they got Christian Gonzalez coming back now. They still got like a
The
very
injured
good linebacking
cornerback?
core. Yeah,
So
He's
all
100%
defensive,
now.
all defensive touchdowns.
isn't
And
he?
their coach is defensive minded
He's-
too, so I feel like that's kind of continues the tradition of the New
Didn't
England.
work. It didn't work last year.
how
Yeah, but
many
I mean-
games does Jacoby Brissett play before Drake May comes in? Does he see Halloween?
I think he does.
Brissett's
I think they're going to stick with the
sneaky good.
plan.
Hmm.
I think they're going to stick with the because again they don't want to kill Drake May.
Yeah, I
No,
don't know
offensive
that he's
line-
ready.
The offensive line is terrible.
Hell,
Terrible.
Mahomes didn't play his entire first season. I think he played maybe the last game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's the old school way of grooming a quarterback, but I think it's tried and true. I mean,
I
Jordan
think
Love, right? It worked for him.
It'll be a successful season for the Patriots if they win more games than the Jets.
I think that's a true statement.
Oh, that'd be fun to see. Actually,
I think that's a true statement. Now,
I think Aaron Rodgers is probably just going to up and quit.
Now, here's a fun bet for you and I that we have to think about this. Who wins more games, the Giants or the Patriots?
Oh, that's fun. The Giants have Malik Neighbors, who apparently claims that he's the best thing in the universe. So
I'm gonna go Giants.
Daniel Jones can't throw it to him.
He is very good, but again, Daniel Jones is bad at football.
Neighbors will be like, Jones, just step aside, don't worry about it. I'm going to do what we said Justin Jefferson was going to do for the Vikings, and he's going to snap it, throw it to himself, and catch it and run for a touchdown.
I was going to talk about the master plot between the Italians in New Jersey, Tommy DeVito, Daniel Jones, and Malik Neighbors, and they were going to assassinate Tommy DeVito, or at least like put him in like maybe like a basement in New Jersey for a little while like Tommy gets to play. Just like kidnap him.
You want to do another Scotch bet on that? Who wins? Whoever wins more games, Patriots versus Jets or Giants.
Open the season with a Scotch bet. I like this.
Fucking it, let's do. I don't think I'm gonna win, but I like tracking crazy shit. So let's go. I'm in.
Scotch bet, nice.
Scotch bet.
All right, so we've run around the league. I know we didn't get to do like everybody argue for like every team, but I feel like we covered every team in our arguments.
Let's just say there was no way we were going to do that functionally, so that idea was wild. But I think this was very good.
We recovered.
I like this idea. I think we just have to fine tune a little bit. Anyway, are we ready?
I think so.
That has been our topics about talking about the divisions anyway. We will be back next week with our friend from college, Aaron Pastor. In the meantime, you can catch up on old episodes on our YouTube channel, www. That's what I said. Aaron. I don't know.
You did.
I may have had some scotches. Catch up on some old episodes on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@iftheseballspod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell. We would like to thank our guests joining us this week. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
For having me, guys.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
You can follow or like us on our socials at iftheseballspod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. Our website is www.iftheseballscoulddtalkpod.com. This is Mark Pesci, and for my partner John Campagna and producer Pete Steffen, that's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
Goodbye.
If these balls could talk, they would walk along the bases into the field. If these balls could talk with Mark and John.
Guys, thanks a lot for having me again. It's fun to.
You are literally always welcome. You are amazing at this.